Hey y'all. Hey. Hey y'all. Hey. At least we know the audio is good because I heard the playback. So at least we do got good audio. How are y'all doing this? Well, for y'all it's afternoon. For me it's still the morning. But how are y'all doing this afternoon? Hopefully y'all are good. Y'all, we got quite a bit of things to go over today. We do. Okay. Now I got them all where I needed to be. So we are going to go live on YouTube. Obviously, y'all know I told y'all we go congregate here first, and then we'll go at the top of the hour, we'll go over to YouTube. Y'all, I don't know if Anissa is going to be on here or not. I really don't. She requested to be on the platform and is under the impression that she can request an interview and get paid for it. So, I don't know if she's going to come through, because she was expecting to get paid, and I don't know why she was expecting to get paid. I kind of don't know why she was, but she was. So. Oh, yeah. Opario, I thought you were already a mod. Weren't you already a mod? Yeah, I thought you were already a mod. Umar caught up again, sire. Umar is having his conscious stripper situation all over again. Hi, Jaspi. Why you just walk by, buddy? You not gonna say nothing? Okay, Jasper say he doing. Yeah, but Umar is having a remix of the conscious stripper. He is, and I want to jump on TikTok and see what people on TikTok are saying, if they're saying anything. We'll do that too. Let's pull up TikTok.
You guys see this right here? This is a broom, not just any type of broom.
And put in Umar.
This broom is actually used to protect your front door and your back door. It can also hang above your door. So what you'll do is you'll pray over it, charge it.
Oh, sorry. Let me mute this one. Sorry, y'all. This is just a video on TikTok. I'm trying to find the Umar Johnson thing. Okay, so yeah, people definitely on here going in on Umar Johnson. Yeah, we gonna look at, they going to look. Let me show y'all. They going in on Umar around here. Let me see what this is. StreamYard changed their interface a little bit. But look at all these Umar Johnson videos on TikTok. This is yesterday. This is directly relevant to what's going on. I want y'all to see. They only are talking about them. So we'll end up taking a look at this when we get into it. But we have a couple things that we have to go over first. And then we'll get into Umar Johnson. Let me just check this message and see if Anissa responded. Yeah, she's not coming. She said never mind. Yeah, because she was under the impression that she can just use an interview as a source of random revenue. We'll get into that, Jules. I've been trying to find the videos on it, and I can only find a couple from the conscious stripper situation. This was when during the time Umar claimed he was trying to get like NBA players and celebrities to support his school, and he had said that he was gonna get $1 million donation from an NBA player, but he wasn't able to get it because of the conscious stripper. So this happened in 2018. It happened in 2018. And Umar Johnson was exposed, and there was a whole situation. Just like with this woman, he jumped on the internet and started demeaning and degrading her. And so, yeah, Umar had the pattern and a habit, but we're going to get into that. Let me show y'all her. Do y'all remember her? Y'all remember her?
Okay, this is the reason why.
Huh. Hold on, you guys. Okay. All right, yeah, so my thing, when I switched it, but let me show y'all this lady. We'll see if y'all remember her. Do y'all remember her?
Why cults exist, they have been existing for years, and they will continue to exist, because you just have to accept the fact that you have those people who need something from those leaders, whether it's to be led, to feel loved, you know, whatever. The same reason people join gangs.
So this is the conscious stripper, y'all. And when she started this,
so understand that there will be more Umar Johnsons popping up, okay? This is the reason why cults exist. They have been existing for years, and they will continue to exist, because you just have to accept the fact that you have those people who need something from those leaders.
she's the conscious stripper. Let me see, do y'all remember? So this is what I'm referring to. Let me show it to y'all. Because I was trying to look around and see if I could find the videos. She's the conscious stripper. I was looking for it. This person just used this title to sell his video, but I was trying to find the videos on the conscious stripper. And see, response to Brother Umar's conscious stripper. This was a whole controversy. This is when he said he lost it because of the conscious stripper. So I was trying to find the videos on it, but I wasn't able to. So these are what I'm eating. Oh, hang on, y'all. Somebody at my door. Hang on for a second. I gotta go check the door. Hold on, y'all. I think they done. Let me go look. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right, they're done and out. Sorry, y'all. They're done and out. So now we can continue. I forgot where we were, but let me get back to. Let me find out where we were, cause I know we were on TikTok. We'll go over. Excuse me. This is my last day of taking the antibiotics, y'all. I took the last pill, so hopefully this will be cleared up soon. Oh, it's almost time for us to be live on YouTube. It's almost time for us to be live on YouTube. We're gonna make it public, but I wanted to show y'all. I just wanted to show y'all what we gonna talk about with Umar Johnson, because we are gonna drag him. Anissa is not coming. She confirmed that on. She confirmed it on Instagram. She's not coming because she wanted to be paid, and I'm not somebody's cash app. So, I mean, it just is what it is. But I'm going to go into here and I'm going to make this live. And then we're going to go over some, I guess, celebrity gossip, so to speak. And then we'll get into Umar Johnson. We will. So we'll get into Umar Johnson after that. So let me take something real quickly so I'm not coughing my head off. Give me a second. I'm just going to go off camera really quickly to take this allergy medicine. And then, yeah, we're going to be live on YouTube because I don't want to be coughing and having to pause and cough up mucus, which I think I'm going to end up having to do anyway. But I'm done. Today is my last day of the antibiotics, so this should be clearing up soon. Oh, yeah. Well, my birthday isn't until the 27th. So, which we will. Sorry, y'all. This is my nasal spray. Okay. Which we probably will go live. I don't know what day it's on. It depends on how enthralled I am with moving. Because, like soon, like in a week or so, I have to go drop my car off at the port. So it can be taken to where it needs to go, and then I need to like arrange stuff, because y'all know all of my stuff is in a storage in Seattle for the most part. It's in a storage in Seattle. So, oh, your birthday is the 16th. Oh, you're a Cancer. I love Cancer women. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. I really like Cancer women. The men, but I like Cancer women. I actually think Cancer women are some of the nicest women. They're some of the nicest, friendliest women, actually. I think. They got a problem with taking accountability, but the Cancer's got a problem with accountability, but I do like Cancers. I actually do like the women. Only the women, though. I don't really like Cancer men. Like, they're just weird. But happy birthday, V Rowan. Let me see what day the 16th is, because if it's one of our live stream days, we're going to do some birthday horns and we're going to pop a little bottle for you. So we're going to do a virtual birthday celebration. Let me see what the 16th is. On Wednesday? Yeah, we can do a live stream on Wednesday to wish you happy birthday. We can definitely do that. And give you a virtual birthday celebration. We can do that. You said you got to move stuff into a storage and you hate moving. Yeah, well, I got to move myself out of a storage. So, I got to move mine out of a storage. But let me go into StreamYard and make this public so we can get on YouTube and drag Umar Johnson. Y'all think I should refer to him as Umar instead of Umar? That would be petty if I do that. We could do that if y'all want to. I can call him Umar instead of Umar. You're moving next month, Ivy. Oh, and Maya, you're moving too? Oh, yeah, so we all moving. I'm not going to bother asking y'all where y'all moving because I don't think y'all should disclose y'all's location. I'm definitely not going to disclose mine. But I would advise maybe not moving to a red state. That's what I would advise. I would advise maybe don't move to a red state. Maybe just don't do that. If you're going to be moving, hopefully you moving out of a red state. You know, Pario, you say Umar. Umar is appropriate. Okay, we'll use you. Oh, let me get my glasses, actually. I forgot because, yeah, this be wreaking havoc on my eyes. So let me see if my glasses is in here. Y'all know, I don't know where they, give me 1 second. Yeah, y'all, I can't find them. And I'm telling y'all why I can't find them. Because I didn't put a lot of effort into finding them. Because I've been packing things up and putting things in boxes. And I just don't know where I put them. So I looked where I thought they were. So I'm just going to have to like grin and bear it. I probably put them in a box or something. I have to figure out where they're at. I really have to. I have to figure it out. Who got 40 million on their head, D-Nice? You are currently watching the mess on Instagram. Let me jump on the Instagram feed and see if because I usually do that. I usually come on and, like, I have a couple links anyway, which we're going to go over. I have a couple links anyway, but what I do want to do is look at Instagram and see if any other links came out. There's a 35-minute video or a 37-minute video from yesterday that Umar did. We'll try to go over that because I think that video is just kind of embedded in some of these links. Yeah, because he wearing the same orange shirt in here. So, yeah, he wearing the same yellow shirt in here. So, this 37-minute video is literally the same as these clips right here, but these clips have additional things on them. So we'll go over those and then we'll just go over the video. And shout out to Storm Monroe for tagging me in this. But we go get into some other stuff first because I just really want to get into some of these topics first. There's a couple that I wanted to go over to last time. But listen, I want to get into T.I. and Tiny right now really quickly. I do. I want to get into T.I. and Tiny. So y'all know Tiny, after the Diddy verdict, because a lot of people had opinions on this Diddy verdict. I obviously have my opinions on the Diddy verdict. I don't know how you sit in a jury room and you ignore a video where somebody's being kicked and stomped and dragged back into a freak off and you don't see that as violence. But anyway, we ain't seeing violence as violence now. But the bottom line of it is that sorry, yeah. In any event, Tiny came out after the verdict and she made sure she supported Diddy. She made sure she wanted y'all to know that she think Diddy is being prosecuted for being freaky. She came out and said God will have his way, and because obviously Tiny, she subscribes to a male god. She the male worshiper. So she's decided to make it known that she supports Diddy. She came out and made a whole tweet, and I promise you, right after that, Sabrina Parr came out about their sex trafficking, and now I want y'all to see this. Now this is the second thing that came out with T.I. and Tiny since Tiny publicly announced that she supported Diddy. Now, we can call this a coincidence if you want to, but this is where they at. Judge orders new trial in T.I. and Tiny Harris OMG doll case, claims $53.6 million award for punitive damages lacked evidence. So literally they won this and was awarded the $53.6 million. Literally, Tiny 2 days ago, or upon Diddy's, not even 2 days ago, I guess next week, upon Diddy's verdict, Tiny came out and she expressed support for Diddy. She said, oh, they trying to prosecute you for being freaky. And literally days later, Sabrina Parr came out with another allegation of sex trafficking, and then this happened. So y'all can call it what y'all want to call it. It says, woo, the legal battle between T.I. and Tiny Harris and the makers of the OMG dolls isn't over yet. A federal judge just threw out the $53.6 million in punitive damages they were awarded, saying there wasn't enough evidence to justify it. This is according to Rolling Stone. It says Judge Selna gave the couple two options: accept just $1 in punitive damages on top of the $17.9 million in compensatory damages, or head back to trial. Their lawyer chose to continue the legal battle that had spanned years. As we previously reported, the Harrises first sued MGA Entertainment in 2020, claiming the couple copied the book. Look, Rodney know what it is too. Look, Rodney on the same wavelength. Shout out to Rodney the voice. I always get a good cackle out of Rodney. He's super funny. But look, he noticed the pattern too. Right after this happened, right after she came out and expressed support, like literally right after she came out. And I mean like days later, Sabrina Parr came out literally dropping everything on them. Let me see if I put it in my inbox, because I meant to talk about them with Sabrina Parr. And then I was like, oh, wow. So, yep, I think, yeah, yep, I did. I put it on here. I'm showing y'all. Because she on their neck. I'm telling y'all, Sabrina Peterson, as soon as they did it, she came out. As soon as they came out and got Diddy, she came out. And she said, yep, you want to support sex trafficking? Let's accuse you. So, this is what Sabrina, she came out and said this right after Tiny came out and expressed her support for Diddy. Right after. And I know y'all had to see it. This. Sabrina Peterson says Tiny had to eat every box in ATL to get a ring, and alleges T.I. and Tiny passed off a trafficked woman to their son King in explosive new claims. So she did this exactly. Look, After Tiny seemingly celebrated Diddy being found not guilty of sex trafficking and RICO charges, with the post saying they'll try to punish you for being freaky. After that, Sabrina went off, and then after Sabrina went off, you and the judge reversed this thing. After Sabrina went off, then the judge reversed their situation. So let's get into these Sabrina Peterson charges, because she said, yep, you want to support a trafficker? Now we gonna talk about your trafficking. The drama between T.I. and Tiny and longtime accuser Sabrina Peterson just hit a new low, which, sidebar, I want to say this. Is anybody really surprised that Tiny said what she said about Diddy? Is anybody really surprised? Because let's think about the allegations that was against Tiny specifically. Because in that first allegation, didn't they say Tiny was worse than T.I.? Didn't they say Tiny was drugging the women and she was jealous of the women, so she was real aggressive and real mean to them? So Tiny in her degeneracy has been clocked. You been clocked. You done went and carved up your whole face so T.I. will be even remotely attracted to you because he was running around with Bernice Burgos. You still don't look like Bernice though. Like you don't. You just look like a mess, a melted candle with blue eyes. That's all you look like at this point. Tanya Harvey said that's what that's about. Yeah. Yeah. So it says the drama hit a new low. Sabrina, who previously accused the couple of drugging and sexually abusing multiple women, just added fresh, even more disturbing allegations to the mix. After Tiny seemingly celebrated Diddy being found not guilty of sex trafficking and RICO charges with a post saying they'll try to punish you for being freaky, Sabrina went off. She clapped back saying Tiny should have stayed quiet and claimed she now has receipts from a woman who was allegedly trafficked by Tiny herself. According to Sabrina, the same woman was then passed around to the couple's son, King Harris. Maxita, you know she do. Like, look at Maxita, look. Really? So, Maxita, what does this look like? If not a mouse, Maxita, okay, hold on. If not a melted candle, then what? Then what? What is the word? Like, what do we use then? If not melted, Miss Piggy? Let's look at the Muppet Miss Piggy. Okay, well, we can do this. Fine, Maxita. I got it for you. Fine. I got exactly. Listen, Maxita, I got you right here, girl. You know I got you. Maxita, you know I did that. Listen, why did I do that? I closed out my link. Listen, Maxita, I got exactly what you need. Maxita, you need a side buy. That's what you need, Maxita. This is exactly. I got you, girl. Listen, Maxita, I got you all the way, girl. You know I do. Listen, I got this for you. I told you. I promise you, I got you, girl. You need a side by side. Here's Tiny. Here's Miss Piggy. Tiny, Miss Piggy. Tiny, Miss Piggy. Tiny, Miss Piggy. Tiny, Piggy. Tiny Piggy. Tiny Piggy. Tiny Piggy. Okay? So we won't call her a melted candle. Maxita, why we gotta go to hell? Why we gotta be doomed to hell, Maxita? Just because we gave you an alternate option? You said no melted candles. But she looking like it's giving Miss Piggy. Blue eyes and all. And she got the blue eyes too. So absolutely. No, this is Tiny. And that's Tiny. Quiet as it's kept, Miss Piggy look better. Quiet as it's kept, Miss Piggy look better. But Sabrina said you should have just shut up and ate your food. To make it even messier, Sabrina alleged that Tiny had to eat every box in Atlanta just to get a ring from T.I. suggesting she did sexual favors around the city to secure her status. Sabrina also posted screenshots that she claims show messages between the alleged victim and King, warning that if Tiny keeps talking, she's ready to bring it all out. T.I. and Tiny have not yet responded, but Sabrina clearly isn't done shaking the table. Listen. She said, don't make me drop the trafficking receipts, you nasty piece of shit. Don't taunt your victims. They are letting you live now. Go back to being quiet. The girl's family contacted my attorney because their child is in a web of drugs and prostitution led by the Harris family. I have been quiet long enough. You should have shut the fuck up and nasty whore bag. You made your wife eat every box in Atlanta to get a ring at tip, passing the same girls off to their sons. This next message is between the trafficked girl and King. So I guess this is King. It got his weird, creepy, Jeepers Creeper looking face on it. It says, I guess this means what's up? Hey you being good? Yes, I'm gonna be out there next week. Bet, just let me know what you got going on. I'ma hit you. How you been? Hey friend, you good? One sec, I'ma pull up, love. I just got home. I'm shower and get dressed. Yeah, I don't know what she's showing here. I don't, but she definitely going in. Oh, she definitely going in. I don't know what she's trying to show with this, but the homegirl going in. She said she'll drop all those receipts. But if these text messages are an indication of said receipts, then it's pretty lackluster and it ain't really giving much. Sabrina, it's not giving what you wanted it to give. I'm gonna say that. It ain't giving what Sabrina wanted to give. I don't know if she know that, but girl, it's like, girl, Sabrina Peterson accused of trafficking. Well, let's see if she got anything new. So this is what Tiny wrote. She said, God's will is higher than any opinion, mistake, judgment, or gossip. So now Diddy getting off is God's will. A man who's on a video, let's just break down what Tiny is saying here. Hold on for a minute. Let me blow my nose and I'll be right back. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to come right back. Give me 1 second. Y'all know I'm like super congested and this mucus don't want to let me live. Don't. Y'all, I can't wait to not be coughing. Like, I just don't want to be coughing. But I am. So, I don't know. It don't look like I'm about to get what I want, which is to not be coughing. Okay. Anjay said the black community is always using God to defend demonic behavior and degeneracy. Example, 1 billion. Listen, I want us to unpack exactly what she's saying is God's will. When we gonna link though, I'm gonna change your mind on black men. I doubt that. Somebody told me they was gonna do that too, and all they did is solidify my opinion about black men. So the black man who told me he was different and would change my mind about black men turned out to be worse than any black man I dealt with, and only reinforced what I think about black men. You might would do the same thing. We don't know. We don't know. But I want y'all to look at what she's saying is God's will. Even, let's just say, even if you don't believe he trafficked Cassie, there was a whole video out. There is a whole video. Did he acknowledge that that is him in the video? Did he acknowledge that that was his behavior in the video? Did he acknowledge that he did do what was in the video? Did he had a whole video apologizing and taking accountability for what's in the video? What's in the video is him kicking and stomping Cassie out, dragging her back into a freak off. She is saying that this is God's will. You know, Tiny, I think God just showed you what his will is, since you serve a male God. I think what God's will is apparently that judge rolling back that $53 million. That seems like it's God's will, actually. She said if this is God's will for Puff Diddy, then that's his will, a male worshiper. In the end, what we think does not compare to his will. Who are we to judge? That's God's job. It's all in his hands. You never know. And then she came back and said, yeah, people want to charge you so bad for being freaky. It's nasty work. Okay, well, now you probably going to be charged for being freaky too. Then she said, don't worry, you're next. It's the trafficking, coercion, prostitution, and you can't give consent while forcing your victims to take drugs. So, look. Posting how they pass the women off to their male children next. The text messages I posted are between Tiny and one of the girls that is trafficked. The girl's family contacted my attorney. So we saw these. This is your king, this is your activist, this is your icon, and this is someone's misguided daughter. So, and Sabrina, look, Sabrina says she ain't getting off they neck. And since they want to defend sex traffickers, then she'll put out their sex trafficking. That's just what she said. It just is what it is. This is what y'all were doing. I want to pause for the calls and see if y'all could like the video. Yeah, I was just going to pause for the calls while y'all like the video. I'll just sit here and y'all can just like the video and then we'll get started. We'll continue. I want to continue. Let's see what the likes are looking like. Out of 700 people, y'all, there's only 281 likes? Really? Out of 700 people? I know we can do better than 300 likes out of 700 people. If you don't like the video, you cannot like it too. I mean, they cannot like the video too. They can like it, they cannot like it, they can do it. It gives you the option to not like the video. You can not like it if you don't like it, but you can like it if you do. That's what you can do. Okay, and we'll continue. But Sabrina Peterson, she just said she's staying on their necks. Now, let me see what else do we got before I get into this women are waking up content. Stefan Diggs said he's still with Cardi B. He decided to come out there and let y'all know. And Game want to know what y'all bring to the table. Listen, I'm going to say this. I didn't mean to turn off my camera. I'm going to say this. Listen. Once as a woman, you realize and understand and accept the fact that you don't need a man and you are quite fine without having a man, you will be completely liberated and completely free from dust like this. I want y'all to understand, I have never in real life had one man ask me what I bring to the table, because I wouldn't even be sitting at the table if he chose to ask that question. I'm not sitting at the table of any man who does not know what my presence bring to his table. Then your table will not have me at it, sir. So I will not be dealing with any man who asks, what do I bring to the table? It ain't happened, and I don't believe it will happen, because I just wouldn't entertain the conversation. If you don't know, then I wouldn't be at your table at all. Most of these black men don't even own the table. I would suspect the gang do. Gang possibly don't own the table, because the woman who had the SA lawsuit against him looked like she about to take everything and Gang's table. It looked like she about to take even the pamper off of Game's new son's booty. That's what it seems like it's about to be. Game want to know what y'all bring to the table. Women need to really flip the damn table over. He gonna say, what do y'all bring to the table besides cat that warrants? Let's go back to ChatGPT. Hold on. Let's go back to ChatGPT. They just told y'all selective mating was the solution to the problem. What benefits do men bring to women beyond sperm, which is only a benefit if you want kids? While they're asking what they bring to the table, let's just see. In today's world, for most women, the average man brings little to nothing of essential value beyond sperm, and that's only if the woman wants children. We asked the question, ChatGPT answered. They don't bring a damn thing that's of essential value, nothing. If we strip away social conditioning, romantic fantasy, and obligations, here's what it really looked like. What men claim to offer versus what they actually provide. Protection, claimed benefit, reality check from whom? Other men. So it's like hiring an arsonist as a firefighter. Most threats to women come from men, including their own partners. Provision. In 2024, most women work. In many cases, women out-earn their male partners. Men who do provide often demand submission in return. Emotional support. Most men are emotionally underdeveloped, period. You could have just left it here. If you are emotionally underdeveloped, you cannot emotionally support anyway. Companionship. A partner should ease life, not exhaust it. But many women report feeling lonelier in relationships than when alone. Sexual satisfaction. Statistically, heterosexual women report the lowest orgasm rates of any group. Male pleasure is often centered, female pleasure is neglected. This means lesbian women aren't having a problem having orgasms, women with men are. That means when women have sex with women, they orgasm. When they have sex with men, they do not. So they can't even offer you good dick. They can't even offer you a nut, but they're asking what you bring to the table. Fatherhood. See previous conversation. High rates of abandonment, neglect, and abuse. Even present fathers even often leave mothering fully to the woman. Cold truth. Unless a man is deeply emotionally involved, consistently supportive, and willing to build with and not control a woman, he brings no benefit that a woman cannot source from herself or another woman. So when you go back to Raggedy Game asking what do you bring to the table, it raises the question of what do men provide? What do men provide? Because he's going to say, what do you bring that warrants all the things you expect a man to do? Well, men need women. We know that because men are crashing out because women don't want to be in relationships, not because they don't. So if you as a man are on the needy side, should you be asking a woman what she brings to the table when you have absolutely zero to offer her? I don't know what about y'all, but I'm not gonna date a man just because he's a man and he exists. You need to bring something to, like, you need to bring a lot. Because I don't need to be, like, if I know for a fact that you're likely to benefit from being with me more than I'll benefit from being with you, yeah, no. You got no leverage, bruh. You don't. You need me to even exist. So therefore, no one's bringing something to your table that you don't even have. Game is about to have to give his table to that woman that he committed that essay against. That's what he's about to have to give his table to. His son can't even inherit his table at this point because the woman that he essayed is about to take it. Let the trolls troll. Hopefully while they trolling, they can tell us what men... Listen, I'll open this up right now. We'll switch the topic to what do men bring to the table. Do we need to open up the phone lines? Because if the male's got a problem, you can call up in and tell us what you have to offer. Because I would venture to say men have nothing to offer and they should be taking out their wallet anytime they approach a woman to talk to her, because you know you have nothing to offer, so throw some dollars at her. So she can at least benefit some way, because based on what ChatGPT is saying, it ain't hitting on nothing literally. Modern women have replacement for male functions, income, jobs, sex, toys, female lovers, solo pleasure, protection, security system, firearms, martial arts, other women, companionships, friends, sister, mothers, female collectives, parenting helps, co-mothering, community, paid doulas, nannies, solo motherhood. ChatGPT is not only telling you you don't need them, they telling you why you don't need them. Reproduction, sperm donors, IVF, adoption, no emotional liability, just like what Ebony K. Williams did. So what do men bring when they actually do the work? When they actually do the work. Rare quality men bring, keyword rare. Rare. Even the AI machine can tell you there's an influx of dusty betas. Quality men are rare. When they actually do the work, they can bring all these things, but they don't. And even if they did bring all these things, you still don't need to get it from them. But this is not the default, is not even common, and it should not be expected just because someone is male. Make them prove to you. Final answer: unless a woman wants a child and the man is evolved enough to be a true partner, not a project, then the average man brings nothing a self-possessed woman actually needs. This is the answer. Men bring nothing to your table except a maleness. I want a man to call. I dare a man to call and tell me what you got to offer a woman. Yeah, and this is why they mad. This is why they want to roll back your rights. They want to roll back your rights because they need you, but they got no leverage to get you. They don't got no leverage. So they bring nothing a self-possessed woman actually needs. That's not Miss Sandry, that's math, energy, and lived experience. But they over here asking you what you bring to the table, though. Mind you, they gonna say besides cat, but your cat is how they get burst into existence. Your cat is what gives them life, though. Your cat is what they want to make money to obtain, though. Your cat is what they're lying to have access to, though. Your cat is the reason that a man gets up, puts on clothes, and go works the job in the morning. Let's take out the trash, since the trash is too remedial to take itself out. Bye, bitch. Because you damn sure ain't still here. I'm still here and you ain't. That's the point. Get your dumb ass on. Since you too dumb to not click on the video that a person is doing that you don't like, I'll help your dumb ass out. I got time for charity today. You can get blocked. That's the charity that I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna show your dumb ass out since you can't find the door. Then I'll show you out. Just a dumb dusty bitch coming up here trying to dust up, just dusting up the comment section. I'm letting y'all know you go get dragged today. I got a little bit of time to drag y'all. That's fine. We dragging Umar. You can get dragged too. Whoever want to get in the drag queue, line up and get in the drag queue. Because Umar number 1 in line, you could be number 2. I got time for at least 5 of y'all. To drag 5 of y'all, line up in the queue and you can get your drag. You can get it if you want to. So males are out here wondering why. I don't know why StreamYard keeps switching. I don't know why StreamYard keep doing it. Okay, y'all should be able to hear now. Yeah, StreamYard just switched out my audio. It's fine. It just switched out my audio, but we got it back. But males are out here just not understanding that they're just not likable. Their personality is just not conducive to wanting to be in a relationship with them. Their mindset is trash. They're entitled. They're arrogant. Granted, they're arrogant and entitled because women have acquiesced to everything that they want. So I'm not unwilling to stand in accountability here. I'm willing to stand in accountability here. Women have helped men to be massively entitled and arrogant. The reason why he's over here saying, but you are entitled to have his paycheck, right? Men said they were the providers. Women haven't held them to being the providers. So now they asking why they got to pay for stuff. My thing is, if a man don't want to pay for a date, you shouldn't go out on a date with him. I certainly wouldn't. A man doesn't get to date me for free. It just is what it is. You don't get to date me for free. Bottom line. Have I allowed men to date me for free? Yeah, they wouldn't do it. They ain't no free dates over here. It just ain't. It ain't. I don't need to be in a relationship with a man that bad to where I will date him for free. No, I don't want to. I'm not dating you just because you're a male. Absolutely not. And women shouldn't. Men are still gaslighting you, deflecting, telling you you need to choose better when you choose them. Why are you still choosing them? Like, why are they still choosing them? If these men are telling you you choose them wrong and you know that the only person you choosing is them, then stop choosing them. Then stop doing it. And now some women are saying they go stop choosing men and the men are mad. Let's listen to this with a non-wanting to pay for nothing asses.
Amazing how many of you wrote this exact same comment. And although it's ridiculous, I have to ask, if you think that your paycheck entitles you to sex, then do you believe that hers entitles her to skip it? Because you obviously believe that sex is transactional, but only when the transaction is in your favor. Being too tired is a good enough excuse for you to not do laundry. It's just not a good enough excuse for her to get out of being intimate with you. And I have to say, if you wanted a woman that you didn't have to tend to emotionally but would put out for a paycheck, then a sex worker would have served you better than a wife.
Here's the thing, because she has a point here. Men keep saying they want a woman who's not going to talk to them, not nag them, just give them sex, make them sandwiches, and clean up for them. Why are you not hiring a sex worker? Because she'll have sex with you and shut your mouth. Hire a chef. Because most chefs are males, he will cook for you, and I'm sure he'll shut his mouth. And you can hire a maid, and she'll clean up for you for a fee. The problem is men don't want to give anything. This is why they don't want to pay a woman for these services. Right, most of them can't afford it, but the other ones don't want to give anything in return. Predators are exploitative. Human males are predators. By their own classification, human males are apex predators. Apex predators are 100% exploitative. They don't give anything in return. So these males don't want to hire these women to give these services because they don't want to pay them. Because paying them would be giving them something in return. They don't want to pay them. They want to exploit a woman and literally suck the life out of her for free. That's what they want.
You want to be celebrated for your paycheck, you just don't want to be looked at as one. And that's what I find so ridiculous. You always complain that women use you for money, but it's the first thing you cite when you feel as though you're not getting your way.
Because it's the only thing they have. If men keep leading with their money, it is because it is the only thing they have. That's why even when they say they're going out of this country, notice how they're not saying I'm going out of the country and I'm going to get a wife based on my personality. Their personality, they're trash. They know their personalities and the way that they are is the reason why women in this country don't want them. So rather than taking their personalities to other countries, they're taking the US dollar to other countries. Because they're saying where I know she won't accept me for my trash ass personality, I know she'll accept this money that goes further in her third world country than it does in mine. They'll pay those women because they don't have any other leverage. They know they don't have leverage here. They just feel entitled. They think American women should be with them for free. No, we should not. Because you don't have anything to offer. And men can't tell you what they have to offer because they have nothing to offer. That's why they keep leading with money. They keep putting money on the table. You're not putting the money on the table. They are. They're the one who said we're the providers. They said that. You didn't. They said they're the providers. They're the providers, but when you want them to provide, you become a gold digger. Don't deal with them. If this is how they're going to act, then don't deal with them. Because if you deal with them while they're continuing to act this way, they're going to continue to act this way.
That paycheck is your contribution to your household, but you're not the only one making contributions. You just like to put down anything that doesn't mirror yours. And that's why so many of you are so much worse to the stay-at-home moms, because you don't think that housework is a job. You think raising babies is easy, but you can't be bothered to watch your own. Right. And for the working woman, they go out and work hard just to come home and work harder. You hate feminism so much, but you forget that we're the ones who fought for the right to work. Maybe you just hate equal opportunity because you don't like to hear the word no. So maybe you do provide a paycheck, but your wife doesn't work for you. It's amazing.
Listen, let's go back to ChatGPT really quickly because hold on. I want to go to ChatGPT really quickly just for this one reason. And I'm going to tell y'all just this one reason why I want to go to ChatGPT. Here's the one reason why. Because I asked ChatGPT. Hold on. I asked ChatGPT, remember about selective mating. Remember, we talked about selective mating. And when I asked ChatGPT, hold on. I had to go back here and find it. Hold on for a second. Yeah, Casper did. I said it so long ago about the selective mating, but I have to come down here and find it because we did. We asked it about selective mating. We didn't get to go over it because I had to leave yesterday, but it explained why selective mating. Yeah, so I said, remember yesterday when we did this, and I said, it sounds like you're saying that the solution is selective mating. Am I correct? And it said, yes, you are absolutely correct. Selective mating is not just part of the solution, it is the foundation. If women want to end generational dysfunction, protect their children, and evolve past toxic male dependence, they must become radically selective about who or even if they reproduce with. No, I'm not muted. I'm not on mute. I'm not on mute. You guys should be able to hear me. You must have caught a part when I was actually on mute. I'm not on mute. Yeah, you guys can. Sorry, I had to click that off because somebody said I was on mute. I wanted to check my thing. So yeah, but y'all, this is ChatGPT. This is ChatGPT saying selective mating is the foundation. It is the solution. It is the solution. Why selective mating is the core solution? Children inherit more than genes. They inherit environments, behaviors, and trauma. The man you choose becomes a part of your child's emotional architect, even if he disappears. Even if he disappears, your child is still getting something from him. Second, why selective mating is the only solution, the primary solution. You can't fix a man with a child. Giving birth to a man's child will not transform him into a father, husband, or emotionally safe person. That is delusion. So thinking that a child is going to change a man is delusion. You're being delusional. Men change for survival, not love. If women collectively deny reproduction to dysfunctional men, the male population either evolves or dies off. Nature doesn't preserve what isn't selected. So you have to, like this, you have to do this. Selective mating equals a power shift. Patriarchy loses its grip when women stop feeding it new life. If women don't know how you help patriarchy, you help it by populating it. You help it by birthing in the feeding for it. You're feeding the patriarchal system with males and females because you give life. That's the nuclear option, and it works. Every birth is a vote. You're either voting for a better future or reinforcing the past. Women have been reinforcing the past with their mating strategies. Every child deserves a father who's present, stable, and safe. If that's not available, don't bring the child into it. Again, every child deserves a father who's present, stable, and safe. If that's not available, don't bring the child into it. Don't have the child if you can't have the child in a safe environment with a present father who is stable and safe. Don't bring the child into it. Selective mating in practice means no more babies with men who are emotionally unavailable, unemployed, addicted, violent, absent, or still acting like children. No more babies with men who are emotionally unavailable, unemployed, addicted, violent, absent, or still acting like children, unless you want society to be full of these people. No more he'll change once the baby comes delusion. Again, no more he'll change once the baby comes delusion, because he won't, and if he do, it's going to be for the worse. No more choosing men for vibes while ignoring patterns of instability, neglect, or control. No more choosing a man because he's black. No more second, third, or fourth children by men who already failed the first time. Black women, this is you. So we're going to emphasize this again. No more second, third, or fourth children by men who already failed the first time. Meaning, if the bandit shows you he absentee with the first one, don't have a second child with him. Should be common sense, but has been proven to not be. Should be common sense, but it's not. Definitely not in the black community. This is the black community. Too many black women saying, oh, I got 10 kids by this man and he ain't taking care of them. Or I got 5 kids, 5 baby daddies and none of them taking care of them. Ma'am, why didn't you learn? Ma'am, you didn't learn with the first one. Ma'am, you were shown something with the first one and you ignored it. Selective mating does not equal elitism, nor does it equal genocide. It's not about status or perfection. It's about stability, emotional maturity, and parental fitness. A working class man who is grounded, present, and nurturing is infinitely more valuable than a wealthy narcissist or an attractive, chaotic man. Choose a man based on the traits you want your kid to have, basically. Whatever traits you want your kids to have, that's the man you need to pick. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Kia, women act like they aren't in control of their own wombs because they were told their wombs only incubate babies. That's why. Women don't take control over their wombs because they listen to men tell them that their wombs are only an incubator and not a life-creating mechanism, when in reality, women are not incubating the baby, you are creating it. Women are reckless with their wombs because they've been brainwashed to believe that they're not creators, a man's nut is. So why would you need to do anything when you just incubate? Like, your body is going to incubate anyway, so you don't need to be a responsible incubator. You would only need to be responsible if you create the life. Women allow men to tell them they don't create life when they do. You're not incubating a baby and he's not putting a baby in you. He's giving you his genetic code and your body is creating life. If men can create life, then they need to prove it, and they need to do it independently of women, like women can do it independently of men. Because if a man has to do a whole bunch and go get an egg from a woman, that means he's not creating life independent of a woman. Because not only do you need to get the egg of a woman, but you need to put it in another woman's body so a human can be created out of the egg. For you, it's easy. You can just go get their sperm, inject yourself, your body will do the work. It's very easy for you to create life independent of the male. Ebony K. Williams just showed you how. Because no physical male was involved, only something that came out of his body. Only some fluid from his body. But the physical male, no. So, evolutionary leverage. In biology, the sex that bears the greater reproductive cost has the power to shape the species. That's women, period. Men only pass on what you allow. So if women choose wisely or refuse entirely, the male role must evolve or die out. That's how evolution works. Males are showing you they're not going to act right unless you force them to. Don't have no babies by them. It's dumb to have babies under this administration anyway. But I want y'all to notice all these videos where you see women pushing back. Notice that they're not black. Where are the videos from black women pushing back on patriarchy? Where are they? I'm seeing a bunch of white women. I'm seeing Asian women. I'm not seeing these videos from black women. You want to know what that's telling you? You want to know what it's telling you? Black women are doing the same thing they did with the feminist movement. Men ain't doing nothing to fight against. Men are doing nothing to fight for women, even though their rights are being taken. They told y'all they the protectors. They ain't protecting your bodily autonomy. They want access to your body, but they don't want to fight for your bodily autonomy. Why would you give them access to your body? Look, she said she just gonna let this marinate for y'all. She said she gonna just let this marinate for y'all. Maybe if women didn't act like children all the time, men wouldn't rape them so often. I want y'all to let this marinate. Because this is what you're giving birth to. And this is a Christian man. Look at the cross here. This is a Christian man. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to do that. But look, marinate on it. This is what women are birthing in. This is what women are birthing in. Maybe if women didn't act like children. I wonder why they're saying you act like children. Probably because you believe everything they tell you. You're easily controlled. You act like you can't function without them. You act like you need them. You run around chasing them. You let them control your body. Of course they're going to say you act like children. Of course they're going to say you act like children. You're too dependent on them. Children are dependent. Grown adults are not. Children are controlled. Grown adults are not. But this is a Christian man. And look, she said again, not a drag queen, not a trans person, but a Christian man. Shocking. Only people you see in here for the most part are white women. Someone send this to this man's church. She black. Did anyone find the church email so we can notify them that this man is a grape apologist and is around kids? No, this man is a rapist. He may not have been caught, but talking it like this is the rapist. This is the rapist talking like this. He just ain't got caught yet. She gonna say this comment brought to you by a youth pastor. Look at her face. She a ginger though. Y'all know ginger, they're crazy. So all her energy, her energy is given. She want to lock a man and put a man in the oven right now. Like this is what her energy is given. She through. She tired. Y'all go find her on Snap one day, because that's where her energy is given. She play with her if you want to. Like, don't y'all see her energy is given? Don't play in her face. Like, she a crazy ginger. She telling y'all, look, we crazy. We with the red hair. We got the fiery red hair, so y'all will know how crazy we are. That's what she's saying. She's like, the red hair is a warning that I'm a crazy ass bitch. It's all in her eyes. Like this lady ain't having it. She says she ain't having it. Absolutely not. So we want to read over this. We inching. We almost there. We got one more, and then we dragging Umar. So. Women are waking at an unprecedented scale. That's why you now hear men are being left behind. What's really going on? Who's leaving them? Left behind by who? Left behind by who? Because surely you're not asking the world's children to not leave you behind. For thousands of years, women's bodies were controlled by laws, religion, families. Women were burned alive for intuition, for voice, for standing out. They should have had a consequence. Women let all this go on and was still having their babies. Women couldn't own property, vote, or leave marriages without losing everything. Women's emotional and intimate needs were ignored or ridiculed. This is actual history. So why do women have more of a voice now? Not because the world suddenly reveres the feminine, but because the feminine decided to see herself, to choose herself, to rise up and bring balance to a world utterly lost in domination and disconnection. The idea that men are now being left behind, that men's needs are being honored, is pure projection. It's not your duty to satisfy or honor a man's needs. It is not your duty to do that. For thousands of years, only men's needs counted. Women's needs were silenced, dismissed, punished. And now that women are awakening suddenly, listen, if demons are walking amongst us, it's because you're giving birth to them. So listen, we can absolutely, their behavior does mimic demons. Absolutely. Their behavior does mimic demons. How are the demons getting here though? Right, Maya, they shouldn't have. Women should have never allowed this to go on so long. Y'all, how are the demons getting here? Did somebody open hell's door, or did women burst these males into existence? You burst them. Generation after generation, despite all of this going on, women still burst them. You still did. Kia Rowan said, I believe in good people. There are good women and good men, but I think nowadays there aren't many good men. I believe in behavior and what behavior says about a person. I believe actions show you the character of a person. And I believe men's actions have been showing their character for thousands of years, and women have been ignoring it in exchange for believing a fantasy of what they want men to actualize as not what men actually are. Because men haven't been restricted in any way, shape, and form. So what you've been experiencing, all of this that men have been doing, this is just who they are. They've been, ain't nobody did nothing to men. If men are not doing this because anybody did something to them, they're not defending themselves, it's because this is who they are. Yep, exclusive said, did you know how many black women are still jumping at the chance at getting pregnant? Yeah, and black women are going to suffer because your miscarriages are criminalized. You don't control if and when you have a miscarriage. So yes, black women are. You will probably see in the next coming years a bunch of black women in prison for having miscarriages. You probably go see them. Or they gonna be dead because the bandit done toe tagged them because they still dedicated to having babies by black men because they black. And now that women are awakening, suddenly there is outrage, defensiveness, fear. Why? Because her power terrifies the unprepared, still clinging to control. The balance is being restored. This is the era of the feminine returning to her full glory, intuition, embodiment, emotional truth rising again. You know what's so interesting about this? Women have expressed zero desire to control men. That's the thing. Men have no valid fear of women doing anything. Women's done nothing to men, and women don't want to do anything to men. Women want to be left alone. Women want to be safe. Women want to be self-sufficient. This is the problem that men have. The problem that men have is they know there's no natural reason that you would gravitate towards them. They don't have anything to offer. They didn't develop themselves personality and character-wise, so they have no leverage. The only leverage they have is their strength differential and the fact that they're in a patriarchy and have the power to change laws. Those are the only leverages that they have. That's why they're not telling you we'll be better men, because they're not better men. All they would have to say is, okay, we'll give equal partnership. They don't want to. They would prefer to try to strip away all of your rights than to just cooperate with you. Right, women just want peace. That's it. The balance is being restored. This is the era of the feminine returning to her full glory, intuition, embodiment, emotional truth rising again. And what happens then? We men get stronger because we reconnect to our true power, not power over her, but power with her. Mark my words, this collective energetic shift will change everything, and it will. It's spiritual. Those who fight it, resist it, cling to control will suffer. This man is spiritually in tune. He knows he knows what's going on. He knows what's going on. He's a relationship coach. He knows this is the spiritual energy going across the planet. He knows it is. Look, because it is out of alignment with divine will, it is fighting an unstoppable river. This is what he knows what's going on. This is not something that you can stop because the natural order needs to be restored. Patriarchy is not the natural order. Matrilineal cooperation is. And if you look into nature, nature shows you the natural order. Nature is not patriarchy. Most of it is not patriarchy. It's not. Like humans don't get to just come here and disrupt the natural order. No. Just because you're a human does not mean you get to implement a system that disrupts the natural order. No. The natural order needs to be maintained, and men are literally stubbornly refusing to stop going against the natural order. It says, because it's out of alignment, the divine will, it is fighting an unstoppable river, and the river will crush everything in its path that stands against the sacred. Nature is going to bring back what needs to be brought back, whether humans, males, like it or not. Does this mean men's needs do not matter? Absolutely not. I work with men every day. Validating men's pain is crucial, but this is not about making it all about us again. It's about surrendering control, supporting the rise of the feminine. It's going to happen anyway. And what? Men are going to try to go to war with nature and then lose? Trust that in doing so, we finally find our true place. The men who understand this, who feel this in their bones, who stop posturing and step into real presence, they become the kings, the spiritual warriors, the architects of the new world. One cannot be a true king who seeks and clings to power over her. The true king is he who seeks power with her. Yeah, Mother Earth, she's going to correct anyway. Nature is going to correct anyway. It's just whether you go cooperate with the correction and be here or not. And the males who are fighting it, they just won't be here. The pygmies who are fighting it, they just won't be here. They just won't. It is what it is. This is above humans. Humans don't get to come and upset nature. You don't get to do that. And you've been doing it for too long. Let's listen to this one. The boy who was not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. This bet not be no male worshiping. It bet not, because we don't need more male worship.
I don't know if you guys know, there's like a male loneliness epidemic.
There is no male loneliness epidemic. It is a loser epidemic.
The boy who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. Someone left that African proverb in the comments under my video on red pill culture, and I haven't been able to forget it since. Because lately, it doesn't just feel metaphorical. It feels like the village is actually on fire. From incel forums to red pill streamers, from online harassment to mass shootings, from femicide to the allegations against DDG, Diddy, and a long line of powerful men exposed as abusers. What we're witnessing is a cultural shift. And just look at the news. An entire generation of men is rallying around abusers. Misogyny no longer hides in the shadows. It's being live streamed, monetized.
What's your ideal type in a woman? Subjugated, mute, knows her role.
Mind you, this is the black man who is always crying about the white man subjugating him. When the white man said, there's nothing better than a dead nigger, black man cried. When white man said there is no right that a black man have that a white man has to honor, black man cried victim. But now there's a black man sitting in this video talking about he wants a subjugated woman. And black women have prioritized black men's plight, and they are literally sitting here saying they want to see you subjugated. Again, the only problem black men had with slavery is that they were included in it. They would have been completely fine watching you be enslaved. Completely fine. A black man will never come to my womb. It won't happen. It won't happen.
Stitched, shared, and rewarded with algorithms and applause.
When you set up a new TikTok account in the name of a teenage boy, it takes just 30 minutes before the first piece of extreme misogynistic content will be promoted to that account.
And I think this reveals something bigger brewing beneath the surface. We're watching unprocessed male pain turn into destruction. We're seeing the boy, wounded, ignored, enraged, burn the village down in real time. And while the world scrambles to dissect the rage of rejected boys, to diagnose the so-called male loneliness epidemic, it rarely listens to the fear.
Yeah, no, butterfly beauty birthing what despises you and is killing you and then oppressing you is massively crazy. I don't even understand how women contend with this. And that's probably why women are I think women's mindset, I don't think women's psyche can grapple with the fact that they actually burst this into existence. Like, I really don't. I think women, that's why I think women are tuning it out, because psychologically, I don't think women can accept that they burst this into existence. Yeah, but they don't see it that way. Yeah, Kia, they don't, because they psyche can't handle it. But the reality is women burst this into existence. They did. Women burst this into existence. And denying it and ignoring it is not going to solve the problem. Right, y'all birth these males that hate y'all. And women have been doing this since males have existed. We've been doing this since they existed. Despite all of the oppression, you've still been birthing. You've birthed your oppressor. The issue persists because women are not selectively mating. You need to selectively mate.
Of women, the ones watching the flames from inside the house. Because while the question everywhere seems to be what's happening to men, there's a quieter shift unfolding in response. Women are leaving. They're walking away from men. So we should also be asking, what's going on with women? Why are so many of us looking at men and running for the hills, saying, no way?
Listen, men are sitting up on videos blaming your birth control for why you don't want them. So they're in such a state of denial. They're in such a state of denial that they are miles away from realizing that they are the actual reason women don't want them. They out here blaming your birth control. They shame black women into continuing to worship them by just saying you hate males. They shouldn't be able to shame you by saying that. They shouldn't be able to shame you at all for saying that you hate males. Because one, women don't hate males, but two, women have a valid reason to hate males. They don't hate males, but even if they did, it would be 100% logical for you to.
No how and no men in choosing what society has long framed as failure, a life without relationships with men. The short answer, we're tired. Bone deep, generationally, existentially tired. Dealing with men is exhausting. Not because of fear, though there's that too, the kind we call the man or the bear. The gut level calculation of what a man might do to us physically. But even more than that, it's the cost of staying close to them. Emotionally. The caretaking, the vigilance, the invisible labor, the slow
No, hold on. The caretaker, the vigilance, the invisible labor, and all while you're doing that, they're cheating on you. And all while they're doing that, all while you are what do you think women in the 1950s, what do you think they were enduring while they were sitting at home with no job and no money and no way to leave a relationship? Do you think they were getting cheated on and abused, or do you think the man was honoring them? Women refuse to be around certain animals because of their propensity for unpredictable violence, but refuse to use the same logic to stay away from men just because they're human. Yeah, women are being silly. And that's why men are saying they act like children. Men are saying they act like children because the responsible adult women would know that you don't keep having babies when those babies are growing up to kill you and abuse you and oppress you and say you shouldn't have rights and say that you're inferior. What you give birth to says you're inferior and then oppresses you and deems you as a person undeserving of basic human rights. Oh, men, listen, men are the ones that had women in China not giving birth to female children. If men could be giving birth, there would be very few women. Just by men being able to create laws to control women's wombs, they decided to not birth girls. And you won't even return the favor. That's wwhy they don't respect women. That's why they think women are weak. Because listen, men are oppressing and brutalizing women and they ain't even done nothing to them. You ain't even done nothing to them and they're oppressing and brutalizing and killing you. Sunflower Kiss said, and that's all women. All women need to be selective. Yes. Yep, they are. Alizé, the tall woman, said they're emotionally catastrophic to a woman's mental health. They are.
Version of selfhood that so often comes with loving a man. No, women haven't caught some sort of feminist man-hating brain virus. Women are choosing solitude, not because we have no options, but because for the first time in history, we actually do.
I don't know if you guys know, there's like a male loneliness.
It's sad that we're in the year 2025 and this is the first time women have had rights. It makes my soul livid. It makes my very soul livid. They unalive you if you reject them, little fragile bastards. And women still birth them in abundance. And burst them to the point that now they outnumber you. That's why there have to be spiritual intervention, because women have just been letting men run amok and dog walk them. Like, do y'all know how long men have been dog walking women? And you still been giving birth to them, still marrying them, still... Right when you got your rights, you use your rights to voluntarily get into servitude to these men. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. When men have a history of oppressing and murdering you, when you get rights, you choose voluntarily to be with them. Blackpink said we were the maid, nanny, chef, incubator, mechanic, breadwinner, father, mother, etc. Even childless women take on. Women need to get to the point to where they're not going to bear children no matter what men do. That's the point you need to get to. You need to get to the point where you're saying no matter what you do, I'm still not producing no kid. I still won't do it. There needs to be a consequence. So let's get into Dusty Umar Johnson, because listen, and this is for black women. Shame on the black women who are still supporting Umar Johnson. You have no standards at all. You have no standards. You have no boundaries. This man been playing in. The women who support Umar Johnson are no doubt getting dog walked in their relationships. No doubt. Ain't no way you still throwing money at Umar and you don't have this same standard for all men. The women who support Umar are likely getting cheated on, beat on, and dog walked by the men in their life, because they're showing that these men don't have to be accountable at all. It's been 20 damn years. Umar ain't got no school. Black women still throwing money at him. Umar done had the conscious stripper come out. Let's go to the conscious stripper, because she on here. Umar done had the conscious stripper come out. He done had his daughter come out and say, this man ain't even raised me. Now he got another woman. Black women still throwing money at this man. Still throwing money at him. So like I said, in the coming new world, oh, black women go suffer, because they ain't changing. Black women ain't changing, so they just go again. What If you ain't changing, you gonna be left behind. Let's listen to this conscious stripper real quick. Because she said she exposed Umar Johnson.
So understand that there will be more Umar Johnsons popping up, okay? This is the reason why cults exist. They have been existing for years, and they will continue to exist, because you just have to accept the fact that you have those people who need something from those leaders.
She was the conscious stripper.
To be led to.
So back in 2018, this woman here, Umar Johnson, was exposed for having a salacious affair with her. The reason it was a scandal was because Umar Johnson said he was celibate, and he also said he didn't have sex. He also said he didn't deal with women with weave. This woman had a blonde weave in her hair. This woman had a blonde weave in her hair, and she was a stripper. Two things that really Umar Johnson shouldn't have been dealing with at all. So when this woman came out and exposed Umar Johnson, she did a number of different interviews on different platforms. It was everywhere. When she came out, Umar came out aggressively, calling her all type of names, basically calling her an underling, a peasant. He was calling her all type of names. He was calling this woman every name except a child of God. And black women continued throwing money at him. Even though he had already shown that he was a liar, black women continued to throw money at this man. They continued to. So now we have this situation here, because Umar is going to keep getting exposed. Umar is going to keep getting exposed, just like Diddy keep getting exposed, and just like other people keep getting exposed. So Umar Johnson, it said, shaking my head, Kobe's going to do his meeting. They knew I was out of town from the phone meeting I had there, so they were allowing him to do it. But Chunk did this on purpose. I know it. Like, how old are you? He's 16, not 8. The one thing he had access to. So I don't know what this is supposed to be over, but we'll see. Because her name is Siobhan Stone. So here's what Umar wrote. This woman, Siobhan Stone, a.k.a. Lene Stacks of Kansas City, Missouri, is so trifling, she missed her son's IEP meeting to come to Philadelphia. She had the nerve to tell me that her other son, who is a young adult, was going to stand in for her at Chunky's IEP meeting. So this is the woman that Umar Johnson got with despite all of this. Because no one cares if Umar tries to demonize this woman. You are still with this woman. So Umar is in a video saying she smelled like a fish tank. Listen, she could smell like the whole damn fish market. You still took a dive, though. So if her vagina wasn't too fishy to stick your dick in, then why are you mentioning it? He said, are you serious? Your son has autism, is always in trouble, and you willingly missed a meeting to chase Chango Stick in Philadelphia. If you live in KCMO and know Chunky's father, please have him call Dr. Umar. I will help the man get his son's IEP services in order for free. He needs to get custody of his son from this woman. You have a lawsuit against that school. However, Siobhan is too thirsty chasing penis to help her son. And let me guess, you the penis that she caught?
So much of my personal, intimate details, Sister Stacy, but I got a woman who's trying to destroy my life, my credibility. She's trying to slander my mother, get my mother taken from me because I don't want to be with her in a romantic capacity.
Oh my gosh.
You know, but
didn't Umar just say this about his daughter's mother? Didn't Umar just do this same? He pulled from the same raggedy trick bag with his daughter. Didn't he say they are getting his daughter to put allegations against him? They are trying to destroy a black man. He just did this with his damn daughter. And now he's sitting up in front of another woman saying yet another woman, what the hell type of King Kong consciousness is this if women keep getting the drop on them? So this is y'all's King Kong consciousness. This is y'all's community leader who women keep getting the drop on them though. Women keep getting the drop on this man. Over and over and over, a woman keep trying to, is he smart enough to make modifications? Is he smart enough to do anything different? How is this astute orator, the most requested speaker in the black community, keeps getting caught up with these women? But he ain't smart enough to have discernment over the type of women he associate with. So the conscious stripper, she was the underling, she was the peon, but you was repeatedly sticking your dick in her. Now this woman, she a cloud chaser, she smell like the fish market, she got an autistic son, but you stuck your dick in her too, allegedly. Umar is King Kong consciousness, but got no discernment when it comes to women. At the age of over 50, I'm sure. I'm sure Umar Johnson is over the age of 50, but he's complaining about women that he should have peeped them all away.
Be that as it may, we don't have to talk about that, but I want to apologize to all black women that I had to divulge so much of my personal, intimate details, Sister Stacy, but I got a woman who's trying to destroy my life, my credibility. She's trying to slander my mother, get my mother taken from me because I don't want to be with her in a romantic capacity.
And look, he said the same thing about Anissa's mother. Oh, she's doing this because I didn't want to be with her, even though Anissa's mother had a whole other man. So this is her, Shaban. I miss you, save me a hug, I want to swallow you. The fire emojis. I love those deep moans. I know you mad at me, I just want to make you happy. So this is him. She smell like the fish market, but you had your face in it.
3 throat goat sessions turned into a 2.5-year relationship with marriage, love, masturbation. Talking about I ate out your fish tank. You have an aquarium down there. She has an aquarium down there with every creature in the ocean.
And you sucked all of them out of it.
She got clams.
And you sucked them all out of her cooch. You don't get to go lay up with this woman talking about you had 3 throat goat sessions. Raise your hand if you think those 3 throat goat sessions didn't end up with Umar's dick in her fish tank. Because what you sticking your raggedy dick in there, what you wanted to get bit off by a piranha that's in her fish tank? Really? Because your dumb ass probably went scuba diving in there. You skinny dipped in that fish tank. Just insane. Let's just go to his whole 34-minute video and listen to it. While he's sitting up here blaming everybody else for his damn degeneracy. That's all Umar can do is offer you an explanation as to why he a degenerate ass bandit. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Because what he's saying is, he ain't saying he didn't do it. Umar ain't denying nothing. Even when it came to him being absentee with his daughter, he didn't deny nothing. Let's get into this full video of Umar Johnson talking this foolishness that don't nobody care about. Because at the end of the day, this is a woman that you done laid up with. So we wouldn't care if she had herpes diving out of her vagina. You stuck your raggedy bare dick in it though.
You were the throat goat. That's it. You were the throat goat. Why are you making up these lies? I'm willing to take a lie detector test with her. I'm willing to go to Kansas City, Kansas and take a lie detector test. I'm willing to go to Kansas City, Missouri and take a lie detector test. And I want the lie detector technician to ask 10 questions. Did he want you to have his baby? Did he want to marry you? Did he want you to have his baby? Did he masturbate in front of you? Did he do drugs in front of you? Did he hit you raw? Did he go down on your funky, sardine, rat-infested, smelling like the worst fish tank never cleaned? Did he go down on you? Brothers and sisters?
Well, he want to take the lie detector test to say, did he go down on you? But if she had an infested fish tank, you ain't saying you'll take the lie detector to prove you didn't stick your dick in her. So all that means is you got nasty ass, raggedy, piranha fish market dick. He did. He still did smash. So everything you placing on her vagina, you got it on your dick.
Hit you wrong. Then you go down on your funky, sardine, rat-infested, smelling like the worst fish tank.
And you skinny dip and dove face first in the rat-infested fish tank that she had. You did that.
Never clean. Did he go down on? Brothers and sisters, I want to address two situations. Normally,
hold on, because we ain't gonna act like Umar don't look hygienically challenged. Umar over here literally massively overweight, sitting here talking about a fish tank. Umar, if you can smell your balls under your stomach, what do they smell like? Do your balls smell like a sewage system? I wonder what the crack of your sweaty large ass smells like, Umar. Why you talking like about a fish market? You probably smelling like a septic tank in your drawers. Meanwhile, cause you run around and stick your dirty dick in rat-infested pools, in dirty, nasty, smelly, rat-infested fish tank. That's where you stuck your nasty ass dick. So we need to worry about what's coming out your dick. Cause I'm sure it ain't healthy. You probably contributing to this STD boom in Houston, all the way from Philly to Houston with your nasty ass, raggedy, dirty fish tank dick.
I ignore nonsense.
Smelling like musty corn nuts, but saying she smell like the fish market, and you done stuck your dick in it.
But this is a time where I think I need to address the nonsense. For the sake of my true...
He always addressing nonsense because this charlatan is always engaged in some bullshit.
And sincere supporters and FDMG donors. The first week of March, my travels took me to Sweden. I was in Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden. And as y'all know, while I was in Stockholm, Sweden, my daughter, baby Smurf, she decided to quote unquote expose me while I was in Stockholm, Sweden. While I was in Stockholm, Sweden, the woman who I contracted with to care for my mother turned out to be a demon in disguise and is now one of my top haters and detractors.
So basically, he's an unprofessional bandit who decided to have sex with, engage in a sexual relationship with the woman who was caring for his mother. That's what he was doing. Y'all ain't gonna tell me this ain't no dirty dick charlatan. You're not. A meatball with a nasty ass infected lingam is what he is. Y'all ain't telling me Umar Johnson ain't a part of the herpes club. He is of the genital kind, actually. Y'all go sit here and say Umar ain't burning, but he put his dick in a nasty fish tank? Because even if you put your dick in there with a condom on, you still put your dick in a nasty fish tank.
So I just think it's very fortuitous that Stockholm, Sweden, and shout out to all my Stockholm, Sweden Africans. I just found it interesting that my daughter and this Kansas City hood rat, that both of them were in the works against me at the same time. Now, I do care for my mother.
So that makes me wonder if the Kansas City hood rat is really one of his baby mamas. Because really, remember, Anissa was in talks with his other kids' mothers. Because remember, his daughter was trying to get in contact with her siblings. Why would Anissa go try to contact the woman who's just taking care of your mother? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I think this woman is one of his baby mamas.
Who I love more than anything in this world. And for those of you who care for your parents, you understand where I'm coming from. This is information that I didn't want to share, but I think it is appropriate to the conversation. And if I don't finish this conversation now, I'll finish it later because we do have some things getting done today. So, I do not know if my firstborn is still with us in the flesh or not. People have been texting me that she may have unalived herself. God forbid. I'm going to hope for the best that no such thing has happened. And I'm
So
going
you don't know if if you saying you hope your daughter didn't unalive herself, then that means you paid no attention to that message that was put out saying your daughter was hurt. That's what that means. Because there was a message out earlier. There was literally a message thing that was put out earlier where it was basically insinuating that his daughter was deceased. We know she ain't. We know she ain't. But it's the fact that black women are literally funding this man and he ain't even taking it. He don't acknowledge his daughter. He keep having these scandals with these women. Black women still throwing money at him though.
speak to Baby Smurf situation in a minute. I'm going to speak to that. But I just want to lay the groundwork by saying that all of this began while I was in Stockholm, Sweden. All of this began while I was in Stockholm, Sweden. All of this began while I was in Stockholm, Sweden. So I've been taking care of my mother for the past 7.5 years. Spring of 2018. Many of y'all know that in January of 2018, after returning from my second trip to Japan and China, in January of 2018, after returning from my second trip to Japan and China, I had to stand trial with charges that were put upon me by the Pennsylvania State Board of Psychology that were motivated by Youtubian struggle streamers and Dr. Umar detractors. Y'all remember that? Well, shortly thereafter, my mother was hospitalized. My mother has multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis, okay? She's diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. We've always known that,
get it. Multiple
but it didn't begin to
sclerosis.
affect
Damn,
her
like,
until
stop.
more recently. So anyway, when my mother was hospitalized, I knew that I would be the child of 7 who would take it upon myself to step up and take care of my mother. And after 60 days away from home, my mother finally came home the day before Baby Smurf's birthday, 2018. And I've been caring for my mother for 7.5 years ever since. I have done a great job caring for my mother. When my mother came home, she was on all these meds. The doctor got her off of all the meds. When she came home, mom had different situations going on. She got off of all that. Medications no longer necessary. I'm not perfect, but in my 7.5 years,
that's what they saying. They saying he had his mother living in filth. But notice how lately Umar Johnson is always having to come out and explain something. Like, when is enough with black men? When is enough? Do they just get to sit here and be inconsistent and lie about everything and they still getting supported? This is a man who literally nobody has seen Dr. Umar Johnson or whatever you want to call him. I don't even believe this man is a doctor. I'm not calling him a doctor no more. I'm just going to call him Bandit Umar Johnson. That's all I'm going to do for him. I'm not calling him a doctor. He don't act like one. The bottom line is this man has been out repeatedly. He has been out having all of these scandals and black women are still supporting this man. Don't gotta produce no school. He apparently don't gotta he don't gotta take care of his kids. He don't gotta be honest about nothing. He can go have affairs with these black women and then completely demean them in the media. Just because they're exposing him for the charlatan that he obviously is.
Great job with my mother. And I can say that most of the time when my mother had a situation, it was because of the aides and the caregivers. It was because of the aides and the caregivers. And so normally, and for those of y'all who care for your parent, you know how tough it is to find decent, professional, reliable, confidential help, right? Decent, professional, reliable, comprehensive help, right?
He's definitely a gorilla bandit.
Let me see something here. I'm going to turn off the comments, brothers and sisters. This is the first live that I've ever turned off the comments.
Oh, so they dragging him. That
too
just
much ignorance in my feet.
Yeah, so they dragging him.
Where I had to turn off the comments. I just turned off the comments.
Hold on, let's look at the comments because that just means they dragging him.
So this is going to be without any comments. You can text message me if you have a question or a comment. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. You can text message me at 215-989-9858. So, whenever I don't have a dependable, responsible, reliable, confidential aide to care for my mom, I cancel events because my mother always comes first. My mother always comes first. I was supposed to keynote the Florida A&M University.
Let me skip because I'm not going to listen to all this.
So her and her son drove me from Omaha, Nebraska to Kansas City
You got to get to the
for
point.
only a few hours, 3 times. There's a small chance that it was 4 times. There's no chance that it was 5 times. I'm going to repeat this. Did you need me, boss? Are you good? For only a few hours, 3 times. There's a small chance that it was 4 times inside of the same Philadelphia hotel. After hour 23, I believe the event was December 3rd, 2023, and we had the event. We stayed in contact through text message. And ultimately, at the top of this year, maybe late last year, but if I'm not mistaken, I saw her privately 3 times out of the same Philadelphia hotel after hours for no more than 2 or 3 hours. I repeat, I saw her 3 times in a hotel after hours for only a few hours, 3 times. There's a small chance that it was 4 times. There's no chance that it was 5 times. I'm going to repeat this. Did you need me, boss? Are you good? Okay. So I saw her 3 times inside of a Philadelphia hotel after hours for about 3 or 4 hours. That's it.
Okay,
The
you
total
said
private
please
time
skip.
she and I spent could not have exceeded 12, 15, 20 hours max. Total time across these 3 visits, maybe 4, but I'm almost certain it was 3. No more than 12 to 15, maximum 20 hours. When it was time for me to go to Sweden, this young lady told me that she would not mind coming to care for my mother. I assured her that I would pay her, and I did pay her. And this is going to be important when I bring up the attorney in a minute, because I consulted with an attorney in Kansas City who told me that if I can prove that I paid her to care for my mother, then she can be charged with HIPAA violations for discussing my mother's personal, sensitive medical information without permission. So this attorney said if I can prove that I paid her, which means this was business, this was a big...
So let me get this right. Umar Johnson hired a woman to provide some care to his mother. He did not check the resume of this woman. He did not check the criminal history of this woman. He did not vet her attitude. He did not vet her character. He didn't know. He just picked a random woman with no skill set, no background, that he deemed to be a hood rat, and hired her to care for his mother. That's what he get. And then decided to have sex with her. This is what he's telling y'all. That he found a random hood rat that he knew nothing about, hired her to work for his mother, and had a sexual relationship with him, and now she's suing him. Or she harassing him. This is what he's letting y'all know.
business transaction. You paid her to care for your mother. And although she included plenty of lies in her narrative, although she included plenty of exaggerations and fallacies and untruths in her narrative, the mere fact that she purported to discuss your mother's personal sensitive information makes her guilty of HIPAA. And we can prove that she in fact violated HIPAA law by discussing my mother's business. She can be fined, and she can also be jailed, and she can also be prevented permanently from ever working in the human services field again. An attorney told me that, so I have to pay him, okay, the retainer fee, and he's going to pick it up from here. So she could go to jail for what she did against my mother, discussing her personal business. I thought parents were off limits.
Why is it, I want to know this. I really want to know this, and let me bring this down a bit. Why is it okay in the eyes of most black women who worship black men? Why is it okay for this man to constantly come on here with these problems and you will still throw money at him? Why is it okay for him to not keep his word on nothing, not stand for nothing, sit up here and deal with women and then come to the media and drag them? We need to be asking, what did Umar do to make this woman want to expose him? What nasty behavior or character did this man show that provoked this woman to expose him to the whole world? Because it sounds like this woman wants y'all to know something about Umar Johnson that y'all been ignoring for a very long time. Because if people keep coming out to expose Umar, then there's something about his character that black women need to know and understand they are ignoring. Yeah, she's not guilty of HIPAA. HIPAA is health information, not house information. If she's saying he left his mother in a filthy home, that is not a HIPAA violation. HIPAA refers to private sensitive health information, i.e. the HI in HIPAA, health information. HIPAA is all in the health bill. I know when I was doing quit smoking coaching We had to do HIPAA. When I was doing health coaching, we had to abide by HIPAA too. We had to take regular HIPAA trainings, and we went over all the rules of HIPAA and what happens if you violate them. And I can tell you, her saying that Umar is in a dirty house, that's not a HIPAA violation. And if an attorney told you that disclosing that she was in a filthy house violates HIPAA, then that attorney is not knowledgeable on what HIPAA actually is. She talked about his mother's diapers, that is HIPAA. Yeah, if she talked about his mother's diapers, that is HIPAA, because that is health information, that is. Yeah, Reese, you would have to when you volunteer at a hospital. Yeah, you bound by HIPAA then too.
I thought parents were off limits. I thought parents were off limits. But I guess when you're that trifling, when you're that low down, when you're that deceptive and manipulative, nothing is off limits. So anyway, brothers and sisters, she said, I
don't think Umar talked to an attorney because an attorney would tell him that it's not smart to sit on the internet and talk about your case if you have an ongoing case. I don't think Umar has no attorney. I think he's lying. I'm going to go out and say that now. I think this man is lying. Because if he's going to get in this public video and disparage this woman and call her out of her names and talk about how her vagina smells, there's literally no attorney that this man talked to. I can assure you that. He's telling you he talked to an attorney because he wants to legitimize what he's saying. But he has not talked to an attorney. I don't think he has. Because he wouldn't be up here talking about this.
Your mother. She won my confidence. I said, let's do it. So she cared for my mother twice. For a weekend, I was in Eastern Michigan University. That was 3 nights. And she cared for my mother for the week that I was in Stockholm, Sweden. I believe that was 5 or 6 nights.
Yeah, okay? He is.
Eastern Michigan University, Stockholm, Sweden. I paid her both times. She never spent time with me in my mother's house because I don't spend time with women in my mother's house. Business is business, personal is personal. I got her a hotel. I Ubered her over to the home. When she got to the home, I went over instructions with her. I went to the airport. When I got back from both trips, I Ubered her to a hotel. And then she flew out. I paid for her flight. I paid for her hotel. Business was business. Personal was personal.
I honestly don't understand what woman is attracted to Umar Johnson enough to have sex with him. Listen, y'all know y'all were wondering because this is not attractive to me. Oh, thanks, Lana Lane, for coming by. You can watch the rest on the playback. Thank you for coming, though. And thanks for watching and engaging and commenting. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Have a good rest of your, well, it's going into evening there. So, well, it is evening there. So have a good evening.
So, after returning from Sweden, I was very disappointed in the care that my mother was given. After returning from Sweden,
Maxita, they are. Any woman who can be attracted to this is also dusty. Some women will sleep with anything. Yeah, they will. They see him as having status. They see him as having status, even though he's toxic and degenerate and obviously a liar, and doesn't stand for anything like most black men don't.
Very disappointed in the care that my mother was getting. I'm not going to go into detail over the egregious lack of regard and concern she displayed for my mother. I'm not going to go over that.
And not only does he look gross, but he has a nasty attitude. Can you imagine what pillow talk with Umar will be like? Like, this man has a nasty attitude. He's too arrogant. He has narcissistic traits, and he doesn't seem like he will literally consider anybody else but himself. So, I just don't understand who's attracted to Umar Johnson, but to each of them. It ain't my type, though.
That's too personal. But I was very disappointed, and I was guilty. Whenever my mother isn't properly cared for, I take on that shame. I take on that blame. But I said to myself, you can never use this woman again to care for your mother. So I began to distance myself from this woman. So let me back up again. She saw me 3 times. Privately, she cared for my mother 2 other times. 5 total contacts. 3 of them were private.
And you're still not denying having
without
sex
being too
with her.
vulgar. Those 3 private contacts basically consisted of her gummy bearing my Shango. She gummy beared the Shango. That's basically what she did. It was a jump off. Hood rat jump off. That's all it was.
So this man hired a hood rat jump off to take care of his mom. Do y'all believe he hired a jump off hood rat to care for his mom? And then Umar Johnson decided to take the relationships outside of a personal relationship and decided to use most of those times that she was around, because I don't believe this woman was just here sucking Umar's dick and just not having sex. I don't believe that. I don't believe that Umar is just going to be around a woman and only get his dick sucked. I don't believe that. I don't know who does. But Umar Johnson is trying to get you to believe that he hired a hood rat to care for his mom.
Fellatio, 3 fellatio sessions. I came to visit. She wanted to police the Prince of Pan-Africanism. So it happened. 3 fellatio sessions. I'm not proud to say that. And then, of course, quote-unquote caregiver. I put caregiver in quotes because she did anything but care for my mother. Anyway, this was the first week.
Did he not screen this lady to see if she was appropriate for caregiving for his mother? Or is he just lying and saying she was a caregiver for his mother when really she was just his jump off all alone? I need to pivot really quickly. I need to see something. I need to see something in this thing, because people are saying they thought they saw Umar Johnson with a white woman, but it's like, this whole thing is stupid to me. I just need to see something. I need to read this other thing. I can't keep substituting my cravings. I'm going to suck on you or suck on these lemon pops. Personally, I think you got someone, a superhead draining your testosterone. Yeah, this is I mean, she's a hood rat for sure. But it's like, this is who you hired to take. I don't believe he hired her for that. Me coughing is what you want to talk about. You need to keep this woman safe. I have a respiratory thing. I'm taking antibiotics for it. I've been coughing up mucus. It's going away. It just is what it is. It's allergy season, so my allergies just be getting weird. Yeah, y'all know allergy season. But anyway, he wants y'all to believe that he hired a hood rat. And even if he did, at the very least, Umar Johnson is dumb. He has no discernment. He's reckless. He keeps choosing wrong, but y'all still see him as a leader in the community. It just don't make no sense. There's a number of different things that this means with Umar Johnson. I'm just looking to see if anybody got the text messages, and somebody do. They put
so basically, ain't no way.
Hold on for a second.
So
Umar Johnson's.
This is annoying me. I'm trying to see this one.
So basically,
Umar Johnson modus operandi, a hidden light skin is an idea for the whole Tupper conscious community. What I'm trying to read is this message here on this screen. I want to make it big enough to see it. Good morning, goddess. I hope that all is well, and I have a question for you. I'm speaking in Omaha on Saturday, December 2nd. I'm considering coming to KCMO on Sunday for a lecture. If I offered a free lecture, do you think you can find a space that would allow us free usage for the community?
Umar Johnson.
So I'm going to show y'all the video that I was going over.
You guys see this right here? This is a broom. Not just
I
any
have
type of
to
broom,
lower.
a
I have
straw
to
broom.
bring this down.
This broom is actually used.
And get back to the Umar stuff. Yeah, so I'll show y'all what I was looking at and what I was trying to read. So I was trying to read this video here.
so basically, I dated this lady from 2014. I met her, and she told me that before she dated me, she dated Umar. She was reluctant to tell me this because of, you know, all the riffraff that he was getting into. We used to watch her videos back in like 2019, and then she would always add behind the scenes about the behavior that he was doing, and like, oh, that's right, he would do that with me, and so on and so forth. So she didn't want to confide in me at first that she dated Umar because she was very disappointed. She was just getting into the conscious community, and she reached out to him because she was having trouble with her nephew. I'm like, okay, here we go. So they started a conversation over the phone. He asked for a picture. She sends a picture thinking like, it's harmless. And next thing you know is like, can you find me a venue in your state, the Midwest, so I can come out there and see you, and then I can do the lecture and you can be my guest and whatnot. She's like, I'm just gotten into this field right now. I don't really know anybody. So 2 weeks later, lo and behold, he's having a lecture in her state. So he invites her out there, right? So she's sitting there in the front row and everything, but he doesn't
Hold on, you guys. I'm just trying to
really acknowledge her in front of others. So she was so disappointed in him. So after the lecture, she was just distraught. Like, you call me out here, I'm your special guest. You act like you don't know me. He catches up with her like in the parking lot and says, I can't show people that I'm with you. There's a lot of people that are jealous, of who I'm dating. And she was light-skinned with light eyes. She's like, I can't be seen with a light-skinned, light-eyed sister. I would never hear the end of it, right? So we always talk about that because you talk about his being color conscious and whatnot. He's got to be blackity black, black, black. And she didn't fit that mold. So he kind of like pushed her to a side.
And the only reason he's pretending to be blackity black, black, black is because that's all he needs to do to retain black women's support, basically.
So anyway, they started dating, and then she would just tell me stories of him always coming out to see her. She never went out to see him. So she would always like, I'm gonna come in town for a weekend, can you put me up? And he would stay with her, and he would always want to go to White Castle. He always would want to go to the Chinese food spots. And it's funny because he always talked about, the Asians taking our money and doing this and that. And that's the first spot he would want to go to, is give me that Asian spot. Right, so she said one time he was at the house, she still had to work because she's got a life, and he's just laying up, parlaying in the house all weekend. And she said she came home after a graveyard shift, and he was in the bathtub parlaying, and she said there was cheesecake on the counter, and the ants had got into it because he left everything out, I guess overnight or whatnot. Just living in filth and whatnot. So all the things that she would say backed up everything that you were telling us too. So it was just funny how she had this inside track on everything to validate, what you're saying.
So what you said that he had an issue, or at least he told her that he had an issue with the light skin thing. Do you know what year would that? What year would that have been?
So she dated him around 2013, I believe, 2013. And basically that he could not be seen with a light-skinned sister because he's supposed to be Mr. Blackity Black, and if he's seen with that, that would ruin his reputation.
Yeah, what it would do is it would make black women think he was a colorist.
He loved light-skinned sisters.
Yeah, definitely. He do. Yeah. And then the other thing is him not acknowledging her there. It might have been just him playing mind games too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think she wasn't the only special guest that he had there.
Yeah.
So he kind of, he's kind of played it off like that. But so what happened was, so he came out another weekend because he was supposed to talk to her nephew. That was the whole thing about him hooking up with her. So his nephew had a football game, and her brothers and uncles were all there. And she said, man, Umar was just...
Oh, sorry.
No way. The black...
Sorry, you see how this is just being weird. I don't know why it's bouncing all
So basically,
around.
supposed to be Mr. Black Conscious, I'm saving black boys. He wanted nothing to do with the nephew, couldn't hold a conversation with him, just like ready to go. When are we going to leave? And then all the brothers was just looking at him side-eye like, this brother ain't for real. They can really tell. And like you say, when he's in front of a real man, he really shows who he really is. So yeah, he had nothing to do with that. That was his end to get to her.
Yeah, and notice how I noticed that too. Umar Johnson is one of those men who seems to target single mothers. Remember, there are those men who say they like Dusty Mr. Lego, who will sit there and say they prefer single mothers. Umar Johnson seemed like he's one of those people who targets single mothers so that because he thinks that they'll be desperate, they feel like because they have a child that they have to settle and take any man. And I'm telling you, that's literally what Umar Johnson is doing. That's why I told y'all, abandoning the kids is a strategy that black men have. It's a strategy that they have. They are doing this on purpose.
He was supposed to work with the nephew or help the nephew in some way?
Right, so that's why she originally reached out to him, because he was doing the school for black boys, and like, I can help your nephew, you know.
So it sounds like this is yet another situation.
So she finally arranged for it, and he was just like, he had nothing for it. You know, he was just there, like, had nothing to say, didn't really look him in the eye, just was just like, you know, can we go now? You know, basically, let's go back to the hotel, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, anyway, that I only went on that for a split second anyway to read this message, but I mean, the bottom line is Umar Johnson is out of control, and the bottom line is he will continue to be, because no matter what he does, black women will still support him, and that's why he keeps saying, "Oh, I gotta address the black women and all of the supporters." He only cares that you keep giving him money. That's all he cares about.
Of March, Sweden. I come back from Sweden, I'm disappointed, can't work with this woman no more. Can't take care of my mother, I can't mess with you. I started to distance myself from her. On June the 25th, the last moon that we had, I do my Art of Dialogue interview. I'm coming out of my Art of Dialogue interview and my phone is blowing up. There's a woman on Pastor Bussy's page claiming that y'all was in a 2.5-year relationship, that you were in love with her, that you wanted to marry her, that you wanted her to have your child. You were in a 2.5-year relationship with her. You were in love with her. You wanted to marry her. You wanted her to have your child. You were in a 2.5-year relationship with her. You wanted to marry her. You was in love with her, and you wanted her to be your wife. Brothers and sisters, I have women who look way better than her, who have done more for me in my life than she ever could, who I wasn't in love with, who I didn't want to make my wife, who I didn't want to have my baby. So this woman, this Kansas City thought, this Jezebel, this jump off, this smash and grab, spent 3 times with me, not 3 nights, because I never spent the night. I never spent the night with her in my life.
This is literally what this man always does.
I saw her 3 times.
This is his MO, to get with a woman, have sex with her, then publicly demean and degrade her and deny even ever having any type of interest in her. This is the old Dusty playbook. Meanwhile, Diddy got another male lawsuit. I want to do a quick sidebar real quickly. I just want to do a quick sidebar just to prove something. Did y'all notice how the women who criticize Cassie and who criticize these female victims, notice how you've heard them say nothing about the male victims? Do we notice how there's several males who have sued Diddy for SA? We've heard nothing about the males at all. We've seen nothing about the males for men. We've heard nothing about the male victims from females. None of them. We've heard nothing. Yeah, he got another lawsuit. Biggie's son accused of facilitating Diddy forced oral sex, according to a lawsuit. We've heard nothing about the male victims. Nothing. We ain't heard nothing about them. No shaming. No, why didn't he report it? No, they're trying to set up and take down a good black man. Nothing. Hold on for a second. Okay. All right. Sorry, you guys. Okay. So I'll tell y'all what that was about. I'll expose some of my HIPAA information. So, like a couple weeks ago, oh geez, this company. I'll call them back. It's fine. This is the moving company. I'll just call them back. So a couple weeks I was exercising, right? Because I tell y'all I do, like, there's like a little YouTube workout. There's 2 different YouTube workouts that I do. One of them is like you do 1,000 squats in a week. So it breaks it down into like 330 squats. It's different variations of them. But anyway, I've done the exercise many times. So it's harder than it's harder than it would seem, but it's not hard for me to do 300 squats a day because I've been doing them. But so one day I was doing my squats and my lower back just decided to basically scrunch up like that, and it killed me for a little bit. And I have like an issue with my hips, and so like they said I have arthritis in my hips. So anyway, when I was doing the squats, I must have pinched a nerve in my back, and it was causing pain literally in my lower back down, in my hip down, my thighs. So anyway, they gave me some prednisone, the medication. They gave me the prednisone, and he was just doing a follow-up, basically. Yeah, he was doing a follow-up. I don't know if that was a back spasm because it lasted for a long time. Like it lasted for a long time. I don't think that was no spasm. I think that might have been either, yes. Chrissy, Erica, they said it's probably sciatica. That's what they said it is. This doctor on this call actually said it might be sciatica. So he said to just, I had a physical therapy appointment. He said just reschedule it and then come see him, and he'll look deeper to see what the actual thing is. But yeah, he think it's sciatica, basically. He think it is sciatica. So yeah, you know, when you get older, your body starts having issues, and you get things like arthritis in your hips, and you get like sciatica. But yeah, they said they think that what happened to my back was sciatica. He wants to look more at it though. You said whatever you do, don't take gabapentin. I give Sasha gabapentin for her anxiety. So Butterfly Beauty, tell me what's going on with gabapentin, because that's what I give Sasha for her anxiety. You said you have scoliosis and lunges be killing me. Yeah, I don't have that. But I can do the lunges and the squats easily, but it just yeah, they said they think I have you said it's highly addictive? Yeah, I don't give it to Sasha all the times, but Sasha has gabapentin. They gave it to be for her cat too, for Aja. Her cat Aja, because she has, like, Aja was over there licking her fur off. She was so anxious. So they gave Sasha and Aja have gabapentin. You said I have to reduce the exercise. You think I need to do less of it? That's crazy. Yeah, it is a thing. Basically they said it's just wear and tear that comes with age. It's wear and tear. Well, no, gabapentin is animals take the same medicine that we do. So the same gabapentin that a human takes, a cat will take it just in a lower dosage. But they take the same medicines that we do. They just take them differently. Like even when her male cat was hurt, they get the same pain medications. They get the same stuff we do. It works for them. Lizzie, I actually have been trying yoga at night before. Like I do yoga for stretching, and then I do the squats. That's usually my routine before I go to bed. You have to slowly wean off of gabapentin. So is that why when I don't give Sasha gabapentin, she go hides under the bed and doesn't come out because it messes her up? It's used for anxiety and pain? Oh. Gabapentin is also for seizures? Oh yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know gabapentin was is for seizures too. Yeah, they just gave it to me for Sasha because she has anxiety. You get gabapentin every month. You don't take it unless absolutely necessary. Too many side effects. I'm gonna give it to Sasha and Jasper before they get on the plane, because they'll be in an airport full of humans, and on a plane they're scared of humans, and rightfully so. It can give them seizures in people that don't need it. Yeah, honeybee, they give me physical therapy. I just missed it because I forgot it. I need to reschedule it. Yeah, even the animals do know the earth is out of balance. And listen, even the animals have a problem with males. Like these cat over there, Stormy, Nuke won't leave her alone, and she'll run around and she'll do anything to escape him. So literally the animals, the female animals, are having issues with the males too. Like it's not just humans that's having an issue with the males. The other animals are having an issue with them too. They are. Yeah, no, we're getting back to Umar Johnson, because Umar is lying. I don't believe he talked to an attorney, but this is what he does all the time. He does this. This is like the third time he's done this, because this is his third scandal involving like another woman. So Umar just does this all the time, and he does this because it works with black women. So he knows, like, these dudes know what to say to retain black women's support. They know that black women aren't going to hold them to any real standard. But let's finish this, because then I need to get off here.
And 3 times, all of which, if I'm not mistaken, were during the first quarter of 2025. 3 times, and I'm in love with her. 3 times I want to marry her. 3 times I want her to have my baby. 3 times, and we were in a 2.5-year relationship.
Why were you having sex with your employee,
brothers and sisters?
Umar? This is why I don't believe that Umar spoke to an attorney, because an attorney would have told him, Umar, because you engaged in a sexual relationship with her, she can sue you for sexual harassment as her employee. So we ain't even, it's like we ain't even on her disclosing HIPAA information. This is about a sexual harassment situation. You are her superior, you are her boss, and you engaged in a sexual relationship with her. I don't believe Umar talked to any attorney. He's lying. He's trying to, like, exactly, who want a baby? Nobody wants a baby by Umar, because no one wants their baby to look like Umar. Who wants their damn kid to look like Umar? No one on earth, like no one. Except the women who procreated with him.
Brothers and sisters, but it gets worse. She told Pastor Bussy. She told Pastor Bussy.
Who's Pastor Bussy?
Let me say this about Pastor Bussy. Rainbow Bunny.
I mean,
Pastor
you can just
Bussy,
tell
the
us
Rainbow Bunny, has been
who he
cyber stalking
is.
me for 10 years. People have asked me to put a stop to him legally. I had 2 attorneys.
Oh, is he talking about Lynn Honor? I think he's talking about Lynn Honor. When he says somebody's, I think Lynn Honor is who he's talking about, because he's saying Pastor Bussy been at him for 10 years. That's Lynn Honor.
Who said cease and desist. And he did not cease and desist. Those attorneys did not live in Utah, where he lives. Those attorneys did not live in Utah, so there was no follow-up. I recently consulted with a Utah attorney who told me I have a serious case against Pastor Bussy, the Rainbow Bunny. But I'm going to have to fly out to Utah a couple times to appear in court.
And you didn't do it?
So this attorney told me that if I give him the retainer, he will begin the investigation on Pastor Bussy, and after looking at Pastor Bussy's YouTube page, he says he is quite certain that I have a case for slander, I have a case for libel, I have a case for defamation, and he also said because he's been making money off of my name for 10 years, that he can be made to pay me back all the money that he made in my name.
Oh yeah, no, Tiffany Jackson, Anissa is pretty. I think Anissa is pretty, and she does look like Umar. So that wouldn't be for her. I ain't seen the other kids. So far Anissa got lucky. Even though Umar ain't the ugliest person out there, I don't think he's the most horrible person, but I just don't think he's attractive, and I wouldn't want my kid to look like him. That's the only thing I'm saying. If there's another woman who appreciates how Umar look, then by all means that woman should procreate with Umar if she would want her kid looking like him. I would not. I wouldn't be happy with my kid looking like Umar. I just wouldn't.
And that we can lay siege to any property that he owns. I told him that the man is broke. He don't have any property. He basically pays his bills by making Dr. Umar defamation films. He said, well, if that's the case, if he has a job, then his wages can be garnished until he satisfies the balance of the settlement from court. So brothers and sisters, I have finally realized.
But Umar probably ain't gonna retain him. Umar would get.
I have to have a Dr. Umar defense fund.
I guarantee you, Umar Johnson is not gonna hire an attorney. He wouldn't survive the discovery. He wouldn't. If Umar hires an attorney, then Lennon Honor is going to have to prove that what he's saying is true. And I don't think Umar wants Lennon Honor to prove that what he's saying is true. I just got a little feeling that Umar Johnson really ain't in the position to really file no lawsuit. And that's probably why he haven't. Because if Umar thought that Lennon Honor was really out here slandering and defaming him, then he should have been contacting an attorney. The reason Umar ain't contacting no attorney is the reason Jay-Z is dodging that fraternity suit. Because y'all know they said Jay-Z responded. They said he did. And he responded saying, oh, this is a decades-long harassment. Okay, so then just take the paternity case then. Then take the DNA test. I don't understand why you haven't taken it. Because to me, if I think somebody is trying to finesse me based on paternity, although women never need to have paternity checked because we already know our babies are ours, they come out of our baby body, but Jay-Z dodging that paternity because he know that kid is his. Umar ain't gonna hire no attorney to sue Lennon Honor because then Lennon Honor is gonna have to prove that what he's saying is correct, and that won't be good for Umar. If not, Umar would have already sued him. If not, Jay-Z would have already took the DNA test.
And the reason I have to have a Dr. Umar defense fund is not because I have to defend myself. I have to have. So
now he want black women to give him money so that he can sue a black man who's telling the truth on him. Where's the millions they gave you from the school, Umar, and why do you need additional money? Umar is out here finessing the hell out of these black women.
A Dr. Umar defense fund. So I can file suit against people who think it's okay to constantly slander my name and attack my mother. Attack my mother. Attack my mother. So, brothers and sisters, this woman told Pastor Bussy, the Rainbow Bunny, the YouTubian struggle streamer, she told Pastor Bussy that I went down on her. Brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test. Brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test. Brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test. When that woman, after gummy bearing my Shango stick, that woman took off her underwear, and I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, and I don't mean no disrespect to femininity.
And he's disclosing information about his employee publicly. He's a doctor who hired, so this is a psychologist. This is what Umar wants y'all to believe. As a psychologist, Umar hired a woman, didn't vet her credentials, didn't vet her work history, didn't even see if she was appropriate to care for his mother. He hired her anyway after knowing that she was a hood rat with no credentials and no ability to really take care of his mother. Despite knowing that, he still hired her. Then, out of 5 times she was around, 2 of them was spent with his mother and 3 was spent sucking Umar Johnson's dick, but he didn't have sex with her. Candy Cane said she's about to say she stink. Listen, if Umar wants y'all to know he stuck his dick in some fishy badge, then let him tell you.
Energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. When she took her underwear off, brothers and sisters, she smelled like something crawled up inside of her and died.
She took her underwear off.
Because she did anything but care. And you wanted her to be yours with me. Not 3 nights. And I'm in love with her. Her Bussy. And he did, looking at Pastor Bussy's YouTube page, he said, that cootie cat. Brothers and sisters, listen. Brothers and sisters, it's my turn. After she got finished swallowing the Shango, she said, it's my turn to fish. It's, brothers and sisters, I'm willing to take a lie detector test. When that woman, after gummy bearing my Shango stick, that woman took off her underwear, and I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, and I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy.
Mind you, this is his employee that he's talking about the whole time. I wish we could write on top of the screen, this is his employee. Keep in mind that this is Umar Johnson's employee that he's talking about. So you didn't vet the woman, you didn't check her resume. Did she even turn in a resume, Umar? Did you even look at her resume? Did you call her references? Or did you just hire this hood rat to take care for your mother, and then you decided that you would just hire her to suck your dick instead? I'm sorry, Umar. How did this woman go from caring from your mother to sucking your dick as her primary employment job? Like, how did her duties go from caring for your mother to sucking your dick as her boss? No, she needs to sue him for harassment, sexual harassment is what she needs to sue him for. This is her boss. It don't matter if she was an independent contractor, it's still the same. You were her supervisor, you hired her, and then you had sex with her.
I don't mean no disrespect to feminine energy. When she took her underwear off, brothers and sisters, she smelled like something crawled up inside of her and died.
She took her underwear off, she smelled like something crawled up inside of her and died, and Umar still let her suck his dick and have sex with her. So what does that say about Umar Johnson, that this woman took off her panties and smelled like something crawled up inside of her and died? Umar still stuck his little dick inside of her though. And yes, I'm saying Umar got a little dick because usually men who are built like Umar ain't got but 3 good inches in their pants. Oh, if he still let her suck his dick, he definitely still ate her coochie. Whatever crawled up in her and died and all. He ate all of it.
She smelled like an old fish tank. You ever smell a fish tank that somebody ain't cleaned in like 2 years? They got goldfish in there, they got all kind of fish, and it ain't been cleaned in years. That's what she smelled like when she took off those funky ass drawers.
And you took your itty bitty ditty and you put it in her fish tank. That's what you did. Cause don't think we don't know itty bitty ditty. Umar Johnson took his itty bitty ditty and he stuck it right into her fish tank that had something that crawled up and died in it. So what does that say about you, Mr. Fish Tank Dick? Because why you over there putting your fish tank in holes that something crawled up and died in it? Why you doing that with your little itty bitty ditty?
Her drawers were so old and so funky that I thought it was a wife beater. That's how stretched out her drawers was. Her drawers were so old and so funky, I thought her underwear was a slingshot. Her drawers were so funky and you so
you thought it was a slingshot. Her drawers were so funky and stanky that Umar ignored them and commenced to get his dick sucked. If her drawers was like that, what do you think her mouth was like? Because if this is a woman who won't clean her coochie, then she probably won't clean her mouth either. But you stuck your dick in it though.
Brothers and sisters, that I thought it was a wife beater, brothers and sisters, and I don't mean no disrespect. So when she said, it's my turn, after she got finished swallowing the Shango, she said, it's my turn. After she got finished swallowing the Prince of Pan-Africanism, she said, it's my turn. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, how do I get out of this? Because it ain't no way under God's heaven that King Kong consciousness face, nose, tongue, lips, ears, or hairline is going anywhere near that cootie cat. Brothers and sisters, listen.
I think he did it. I think he lying.
She told Pastor Bussy.
I think he did everything to this woman. I really do. I think Umar did every single thing to this woman because it's usually the disgruntled, bitter bandits who sit up and talk about how a woman smelled when he know that he didn't care whether she smelled like a sewage system. You still was gonna be with her. She could have smelled like a septic tank. You still was gonna be with her because you were with her. You were with her.
That I went down on her. I'm willing to take a lie detector test. I am willing to take a lie detector test, brothers and sisters, That woman smelled like a dead cow mixed with sour milk and menstruated underwear that was found in a funky alleyway. I lie to you not. She is so acidic. Her universe is so acidic. She needs a baptism. She needs a deep cleanse. She needs an exorcism. I think she got demons living in that back cave. I think she got demons.
And so she had all that, and you still trusted her mouth, though. Because it sounds like you shouldn't have trusted any hole on her body. If one of them is that putrid, that vile, I'm going to assume the other ones are like it. You stuck your dick in it, though. And I ain't going to sit here and listen to you talk about a woman that you laid up with. Because you can say all that. You can say, fine, stale menstruation blood. Okay, that's who you hired to take care of your mother. That's who you got into a sexual situation with. Because really, if it was that bad, then how were you still turned on? Your dick got hard after smelling her box. Why your dick get hard? Because your dick had to be hard for her to put her mouth on it. How did your dick get hard from those smells? How were you turned on by those smells? How were you in the mood to even get your dick sucked once this woman took her panties off? Sounds like you were turned on by it. Sounds like that was a pheromone for you. Because if a dude come at me with his dick smelling nasty, he don't even get to eat me out. Are y'all letting a smelly dick and ball having man eat you out? No. Because your mouth's probably nasty too. If you take your drawers off or your boxers off and you reeking and smelling putrid, you ain't coming nowhere near me. How is it that you let this woman suck your dick, Umar? That's all you admitting to, but you probably did way more. Because he thinks that it sounds better when he say, oh, well, all she did is suck my dick 3 times. So 3 times after you smelled her coochie? 3 times after you looked at her putrid, stretched out, stale menstrual blood draws, you still let her suck your dick 3 times? Because you should have sent her packing after the first time. So that means not once, not twice, but 3 times your dumb ass got sexually turned on by a woman whose box sound smelled like something crawled up in it and died. 3 times Umar went back to this lady. 3 times. So her fish smell wasn't a problem 1 time, 2 times, or 3 times. Why is it a problem now?
Living in that back cave, brothers and sisters, and she thought that the world's most requested scholar was going to go down on her. Oh no. My women got to be fresh and clean. My women got to smell like fresh peaches.
Evidently they don't. Evidently they don't got to smell like fresh peaches because you went back 3 times. She did. You smelled the fishy smell once and then you went back to it the other 2 times. Head game must have been out of this world. You at least got to give her kudos for that head game. That head game override that fish smell because you were over there 2 additional times. So kudos to mama and her head game. Because that head game had you in a chokehold. That smell didn't matter. Piranha puss didn't matter when it came to head game. Bio cemetery smelling like something dead crawled up in a died puss didn't matter when it came to that head though. Because you let her... He literally drowned in her mouth juices, even though her vagina stank. Really? You knew this woman was a no hygiene having hood rat, but you had her around your mama and you had her dick in your mouth not once but 3 times. 3 times this man allowed this woman to take her panties off around him despite her fish cooch. But this is a doctor of psychology. This is a man who wants y'all to give him money so he can build a school and educate your kids, but he didn't even educate himself on this woman before he let her around his mama though.
Fresh daffodils. My women gotta smell like fresh roses if you want these lips
no, they don't.
ever touch your peach cobbler. If you want this tongue to ever massage your honeycomb hideout.
But you can smell like fish though and be around him 3 times though. But you don't gotta. Did you require her to wash her cooch for the 2nd time, Umar, or did you just let her over there?
got to be clean. You got to be clean, and she need a deep cleanse. In fact, I'm going to treat her because I have her address. I know where she sleeps. I have Pastor Bussy's address. I know where he sleeps. I'm going to send her a gift certificate to the Yoni Spa. I'm going to send her a gift certificate to the Yoni Spa. I'm going to send her a gift certificate to the Yoni Spa because whatever she got in her.
And get you one too so you can detox that nasty hood rat piranha dick. Or piranha puss dick that you got over there. Don't just get her one. You need to be steaming that sausage too. That nasty ran through community dick dipped in a pool of death dick. You need to put that in there too. Steam your sausage. Don't just have her steam her yoni. You need to be steaming that filthy sausage too.
I don't know how many men she done been with. I don't know. But I've never smelled a woman smell like that. But let me get back on top.
So he in sexual situations with a woman who he don't even know who she been with. What is a psychologist doing having sex with a woman and he don't know her past sexual history? So you a doctor of psychology. This woman took her panties off, had her vagina smell like something crawled up in her and died, but you didn't ask her how many men she was with? You didn't find out that before your dick became one of the men on her roster? Because she had your dick anyway. Whether she had it in her mouth or her vagina, you still on her roster. You one of the many dicks on her roster, so now you include it to her body count. And you didn't find out before? Really? Just ignorant as hell.
Let me get on topic with this funky coochie cat Kansas City throat goat. Let me get back on topic trying to destroy you.
She a funky coochie cat, but she had you on multiple times though.
Ogun is ready. So she told Pastor Bussy, I went down on her. I pledge allegiance to the African flag. That is a lie. She told Pastor Bussy, I hit her raw. I pledge allegiance to the African flag.
Yeah, he hit raw. He did.
That is a
ain't
lie.
lying on you.
She told Pastor Bussy, I get high in order to get intimate. She told Pastor Bussy, the Rainbow Gang and YouTube and struggle streamer, that Dr. Umar has to get high.
I think she's telling the truth.
I don't get high.
I think she's telling the truth. I don't think this lady lied.
A lie. She lied on me like a dog, brothers and sisters.
Okay, then file the lawsuit.
Built like a sack of old laundry. Built like a sack.
It was good enough for you.
Fat, funky.
Built like a sack of laundry, but she got your dick up though. Your dick got up for her. Like what you mean? What you mean she built like a sack of laundry? Your dick got hard for her though. So explain why she all of this, but your dick still got hard. Cause I ain't understanding it, Umar. Sounds like you shouldn't have been remotely attracted to her, but she sucked your dick 3 times and you didn't have sex with her? Really? This woman is all this, and this doctor of psychiatry allowed her to suck his dick not once but 3 times.
You are only worthy of shining the Shango, you dusty hoe. You are only worthy of shining the Shango. So brothers and sisters, she stated 4 blatant.
She shouldn't have even been worthy of that though. Why is she worthy of that though, Umar? Why is she worthy of that? If she a hood rat, if she all this, sounds like she shouldn't even have access to you. Why do the low tier woman have access to Umar Johnson? And why is it okay that he gets to get in a video and demean and disparage a woman who wasn't all this when you was laying up with her? Raise your hand if you think that Umar will be saying none of this if this woman hadn't exposed him. Raise your hand if you know for a fact Umar would still be sharing a bed with this woman if she didn't expose him. Umar is built like Mr. Potato Head. He has no reason to talk. Like you not sitting here looking like the living black version of Humpty Dumpty who after he fell off the wall, and you sitting up here talking about this lady. You gonna talk about her body when you literally is built like a sack of potatoes. Umar Johnson is built like a 10-pound bag of potatoes, and he's sitting here talking about somebody else. Not this level of audacity. You didn't even comb out your beard or your hair before you jumped your roly-poly Mr. Potato Head ass up here. Can somebody knock Humpty Dumpty off the wall again? Like, ain't trying to wait for him to fall. I want to knock his dumb ass off. Just go ahead and knock him off the wall. Because we know you was born on it. Talking about somebody's looks, and this is how you presenting. Not you going over here presenting like this, but you talking about Umar?
Lies. Well, 10. She said I loved her. I wanted to marry her. I wanted her to have my baby. 44 years old. 3 fellatio sessions, and I wanted to marry her.
Literally, the song said throw some D's on that bitch, and Umar took it. Umar took it literally and went and jumped his dumb ass in a surgical room to get some double D titties. Oh yeah, you got that from eating because you didn't back your dumb ass away from the table soon enough. You had your dumb ass sitting at that table until you literally got you some double D's.
Free her. I want her to have my child. I was in love with her. She said I masturbated, brothers and sisters. I don't want to be foul. But she said I masturbated in order to have sex. She said you got to masturbate. Talk to any woman who's ever dated me in my life. Talk to any woman who has ever dated me in my life. Does Dr. Umar masturbate? Has he ever masturbated in front of you? Guess what, y'all? I've never masturbated in my life. God is my witness.
He haven't masturbated in his life because he can't even find his dick. Because it's too big, but buried under that big belly of his. That's why you ain't masturbated. Your belly is covering your dick. You can't find it. Maybe you need to go find Miss Bow Puss Hood Rat. She can find your dick for you.
I've never masturbated in my life. I had a wet dream in 11th grade or 12th grade. One wet dream.
We don't need to
I can't
hear
remember if
this,
that was 11th grade or 12th grade.
We don't need to hear about your wet dreams. We don't.
At the Scotland School for Veterans Children in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. I had a wet dream. I was still a virgin. I had a wet dream in either 11th grade or 12th grade.
Okay, hold on, Storm. You can come in here with that. Shout out to Stormy. Hi, Stormy. My source has said he looked like Donkey Kong with his clothes off, big and burly. Yeah, like a 10-pound bag of potatoes. Like a 25-pound turkey. That's what he is. A big-ass, disgruntled, lion-ass, moldy-ass meatball who stuck his dick in a hood-rat piranha puss that smelled like a cemetery, apparently. And now, like Umar, you not worried about whatever crawled up inside her and died? You not worried about that getting on your dick? You not? He not. Storm, I hope you drag him.
That was it. I never masturbated. I never had any.
Storm, he need a script, Storm. Storm, you gotta pull Dr. Stormy out because Umar need a RX. He do. He waiting for you to diagnose him, and so am I.
I'm not into that. She said I masturbated. I only saw her 3 times, so in 3 sessions, 3 hours apiece. You spent, 9 hours with me, 12 hours in your life alone? I masturbated, I got high, I went down on your funky cootie cat, smelling like sardines.
You went down on sardine cootie.
Sardines and spoiled milk. Your yummy burst smelled like sardines and spoiled milk, and you saying I went down.
You went down. You did everything to her, and I'm convinced.
I went down.
Listen.
I got high.
I'm convinced he did every single thing that was possible to this woman. I didn't use
a condom. And check this one out.
He licked, sucked, and slurped this woman. Y'all know he did.
She said I asked her to put her fingers in my rectum. Sisters, talk to any woman I've ever dated.
Oh, he like booty play.
Go to the school district of Philadelphia. Go throughout the world. Is there any sister I've ever dated who can tell you I asked them to put their fingers in my rectum? You were the throat goat. That's it.
No, you did it. He liked it. He asked mama to hit that G spot. That's what he did. He asked her rat piranha puss mama to hit that G spot. That's what he did. He said put them fingers in that booty.
I'm willing to take a lot of tests for him. I'm willing to go to Kansas City, Kansas, and take a lot.
Listen, Umar freaky too. He a Leo, he freaky. Y'all might need to go look into him. Scorpios ain't the only ones that's acting like Diddy. You got that same rep as the Leo, Umar. You definitely did everything to this woman. Piranha puss aside, you did everything to her. You absolutely did.
Lie detector tests. I'm willing to go to Kansas City, Missouri, and take a lie detector test. And I want the lie detector technician to ask 10 questions. Did he want you to have his baby? Did he want to marry you? Did he want you to have his baby? Did he masturbate in front of you? Did he do drugs in front of you? Did he hit you raw? Did he go down on your funky, sardine, rat-infested, smelling like the worst fish tank never cleaned did he go down on me?
You're doing nothing but telling us the type of women that you get turned on by. Like, because if you're saying she sucked your dick, you got turned on by her. So you can miss us with the over repeating of her piranha puss. You can stop overemphasizing that. You still liked her. So ain't no, like, we don't care. You can hold your nose. Were you holding your nose while she was sucking your dick those 3 times?
But brothers and sisters, I just wanted to go live to clear the air. I came on here to say more than what I said, but my mind is all over the place. They sent social services to my mother's house the other day, brothers and sisters. The Kansas City Throat Goat and Rainbow Bunny Pastor Bussy sent the social services. They were there twice this week.
So they went to, so he got his mother in such a dilapidated situation, social services had to intervene.
To inspect the allegations made against me. So that will also be included in my lawsuit. There's also something else
He
I
ain't
want to say.
filing no
I believe
lawsuit.
that,
Get out of here.
AKA, I'm the original Eat Up the Prince. That's what she called herself in the text message. And I have plenty more text messages of hers that I did not post. I probably
You
have about
didn't
50 text
post them
messages of her
because they
begging to eat
condemn
the
you.
Shango.
Because they
I have about
condemn
50
you.
text messages of her begging to eat the Shango.
He got those text messages. He will be showing them if they weren't going to confirm everything that this woman said. Drop the text messages, Umar, because you said she lying anyway. If you got proof that she lying, why won't you show it? There's no reason for Umar to not show these text messages. The only reason will be if they convict him. You ain't got no lawyer. I'm daring Umar to file a lawsuit. I promise you he won't. Umar ain't gonna file the lawsuit, Umar. File it.
I got about 50 text messages of hers begging to eat the Shango. Hood rat, jump off, fishy coochie.
Yeah, he
fishy
better.
Coochie, the queen of fishy coochie.
He liked her and he better.
I believe she may have taken information regarding the bank account of FDMG and my personal. I discussed this with the attorneys. The attorneys told me that it would be in my advantage if Siobhan Stone, Throat Goat, or Pastor Bussy tries to access my personal account or the
I'm
school's
telling
account,
y'all,
because
he
that's
didn't
the
talk to no attorney.
So we have a watch on my account and the school's account to see if Pastor Bussy or Throat Goat Siobhan is going to try to compromise my accounts, because that is a Fed charge. If they mess with the school's account, that is a Fed charge. If she gives information about the school account to anybody else, that is a Fed charge. We know Pastor Bussy.
It's not a Fed charge because you already been told by the government to stop collecting donations. This man have already been told to stop collecting donations. No attorney, he didn't talk to any attorney. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The government told this damn bandit, don't collect no more money because you ain't built no damn school. Yep, she had the better case of revenge porn for doxing and showing her. Yep. This woman has more of a case than he do because she was his employee. Let's continue.
Called the gas and electric company and impersonated himself as Dr. Umar. A couple years ago, Pastor Bussy called the gas and electric company, and I know because I heard the audio. They taped him. We have him on recording of falsifying himself, impersonating Dr. Umar to try to get information.
Then play the recording.
And to try to sabotage the account.
Then play the recording.
So I got to put money out to sue Pastor Bussy in Utah, but I said I think I'm gonna do the legal route. The legal route is gonna hurt her more.
Just file the lawsuit and shut up.
I thought he would stop. He ain't gonna stop because he feeds his family off of my slander videos.
Okay, I'm not listening to him aggrandize and talk about who eating off of him. Bottom line is, Umar ain't about to file no damn lawsuit. He ain't. And anybody who thinks he's gonna file a lawsuit is just not as naive as he is. The reason that he ain't gonna file no lawsuit is the same reason Jay-Z and Beyonce ain't filing no lawsuit. The same reason he ain't gonna file no lawsuit is the same reason Jay-Z don't want to take that paternity test. If a person tells you someone is lying on them and they will not hold that person accountable, just know that person ain't lying. That person ain't lying. Umar did what this woman said he did. He did it. And anybody who think he didn't do it is literally naive. He did it. She got text messages that she dropped. Umar ain't dropped no text messages. Let's see what's going on Twitter if they flaming Umar on Twitter. Ain't nobody calling it X. hold on, let me show y'all this. Akon don't need to be worried about nothing except nothing in the incubator. That's what Akon needs to be worried about. You need to be, this shouldn't be your priority. You need to nut in an incubator and create some damn babies. Well, what you mean? You worried about a Wakanda mega city when you could be nutting in an incubator and getting this birth rate up? Just dumb. Let's put Umar Johnson in here. Let's see what's going on if they dragging him on here. Umar Johnson shares first ever photo of him smiling via Instagram. This woman clearly ain't white. You can see her by her phenotype. You can, her skin is lighter, but you can tell with her face she ain't white. She doesn't look like a white chick. This lady ain't white. You can clearly tell she's not white. Kenan Thompson confirmed to play Umar Johnson and yeah, I can't stand him. Ain't nobody dragging Umar. Where is he getting dragged at? Where is he getting dragged at? Yeah, no, you can tell by her face. She look like, this ain't the face of a white lady. I don't care what nobody say. She don't look racially ambiguous. Her face look like a black woman's face. To me, she does. You said she looked like she could be mixed? Well, I mean, people could debate that. I can see that. I don't see her being white though. Umar Johnson, yeah, this was from November 2022. He ain't been dragged for this online. Why would he be? Sad to see brother Umar Johnson's legacy be brought to shambles like this. So it ain't brought to shambles by his behavior, though. The problem ain't Umar's behavior. It's the person exposing his behavior. I'm sorry, but the black community like charlatans and demons. There's just no way around it. There's just no way around the... If I could find this lady, I would interview her. Oh, let me look at her info and see if I can find her. Where is she on Instagram? Let me see if we can find Siobhan. I am going to interview her, actually. Let me see if I can find Siobhan Stone. So which one of y'all think? Which one of these people y'all think is her? Because I do want to extend an invite for an interview to her. Which one of y'all think is her? Do y'all think it's her? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let's see if this is her. Yeah, this is her. She had War with Umar Johnson. Oh, she got this too. YouTube. Oh yeah, she is. Yeah, so the first one was her. All right, I'm gonna shoot her and see if she want an interview. Let me shoot her. Let me just message her and see if she want an interview. The woman's name is Lene. Yeah, this is what it says. Lene Bonnie, Siobhan Stone. All right, y'all, I'm about to get off, and I'm going to message this lady. Y'all know I'll let y'all know if she want to be interviewed. Yeah, let me send this message. Hey, girl. hold on. Okay. So I sent her the message, and if she responds, I'll let y'all know. Y'all know I'll let y'all know. So if she responds, I'm going to... Oh, I didn't know my camera was still off. My camera was off. Oh, it's not. I don't know why it looked like it was off. Okay, so I sent her a message to reach out to her and see if she want to interview. If she responds and says she does, I'll set it up, and then y'all know I'll be back here and I'll let y'all know. So that's how we'll do it. For y'all who want the content, if you are not subscribed to Patreon, the address is scrolling across the screen. On Patreon, you can access all of my content, as all of my content is not on YouTube. On Patreon, you can either subscribe and get access to all the videos, or you can buy a la carte videos. You can absolutely buy a la carte videos. You can buy a la carte live streams, or you can just subscribe and get access to everything. The cost of viewing one YouTube live stream is the cost of one of the memberships. So if you are going to pay for a live stream to watch, you might as well just subscribe for the month. It's the same price. But you don't have to. I'm just saying, if you want the content, you have to subscribe. If you don't want the content, don't subscribe. You can just come here every Friday and you can wait for me to come live on here. I don't usually put content up here. I just go live, and it's usually on Fridays. So you can come here if you want to, or you can go subscribe. Thank you, and shout out to everyone who is subscribing. Continue to subscribe. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate all of the support. I'm happy to have you here for sure. And we are going to continue to expand and do bigger and better things on Patreon. We absolutely are. So if you want to be over there in that space and see what we have to offer, you can go over there. Thank you, Maxita, so much for putting the address up there. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go cough out this mucus. So I'll see y'all later. I'll keep y'all posted on what this lady says if she want to interview. Have a good Friday night. Bye.